All right, we're good, Brian?
Hey, it's Before the Growl. I'm John. That's Emily. Sua Craven's nice enough to fill in for Mace, who's on vacation this week. We've got a great show, tons to talk about. UCLA women win it all.
Woo-hoo.
Lakers are cratering. We've got a bunch of NFL stuff with Sua here. But, you walked in and said you saw a movie this weekend that kind of kept you up, that you liked it.
Yeah, so I saw this movie. It's called The Drama, starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, amongst others. And it's a movie I walked out of, and I saw it by myself. I texted all my friends that watch movies.
Wait a minute. You watched the movie and then walked out. You didn't, walk out?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I walked out at the end of the movie, as I'm, I don't stay in the theater.
You liked it.
I liked it. I texted my friends. I said, who watch movies, I said, watch this movie. I'm not going to tell you anything else about it, but call me afterwards. Because it's a movie in which...
Have any of your friends done that yet?
Yes. They called me on Saturday morning after they said, because it's East Coast, some people in Denver.
Oh, you were texting people in Virginia.
Yeah. All around. And they all turned into hour-long conversations. This movie has something that happens in it.
It's called The Drama.
So I'll give you everything up until the spoiler. So Zendaya and Robert Pattinson are 30-somethings. They met in Boston, and they're getting married.
And Zendaya is in your generation is as big of a movie star as there is, right?
Yeah, at least for women. And so they're getting married. And they are trying. You know how when you get married, you have to do dinner testing and stuff, all the food and wine. Sure. So they're at a food and wine thing with their two best friends, the maid of honor and the best man. And so the maid of honor decides to tell everybody, hey, let's play a game. Let's say the worst thing we've ever done. They go around the room, and then it pauses.
By the way, horrible idea. Horrible idea.
Okay, I will say this girl's actually the villain of the entire movie, but let's just...
Zendaya?
No. The girl who put out this idea.
Is the girl who plays the best friend anybody we would know?
Her name's Alana Haim. She's a musician, but she's also been in movies like Licorice Pizza. She was in One Battle After Another. Anyway, so they go around the room, and it stops on Zendaya. She reveals something that is entirely shocking. I can't tell you because that is the whole thing in the movie. And it completely changes. So her soon-to-be husband is like, can I marry this woman anymore?
Okay.
And you have basically 5 days.
That becomes
because of what you
story.
find out. And it basically is about can you forgive somebody? Can you live with knowing? Do you need to know everything about somebody in order to marry them?
Yeah, I'm never going to watch this one.
Dude, you need to see this. It's insane.
It's going to break some couples up, though.
100%.
It's going to be so you guys are too young.
Yeah.
But in the 80s or maybe early 90s, the movie Fatal Attraction came out, where Michael Douglas, he's married to Ann Archer, and she and her daughter go away for the weekend, and he meets Glenn Close in the city and hooks up with her.
Yeah.
And she's half a cup of crazy.
Yep.
And it forced all married women, all married suburban women, to go to their husbands and say, just tell me, have you ever done that? And I'm convinced a few husbands were honest, and I'm convinced that movie broke a lot of couples up.
John, I recommend this movie to you more than anything I've ever seen. I think
Really?
you specifically, because it is a thought exercise.
Should I go with Lisa or no?
Yeah. You guys are happily married. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, we've been through everything.
Yeah, I think you guys will be great. I think you specifically, because I think you love thought exercises. You love a relationship drama. And this is everything in that. Sua, why are you so nervous about it?
No.
Lead me not into temptation.
Way too triggering.
It is so interesting too because if you see it, let me know because it's breaking the internet. But just try to avoid the spoiler as much as you can.
Sue, you said something once, and I went, "Oh God, Sue and I would even if you didn't work here, we'd be friends." And here's what it was: we were talking about how I've been in a lot of weddings. I'm older than you guys. And you were talking about how if one of your friends, if you were in his wedding or even at his wedding, and you guys were out on a way and he was about to cheat on his wife, you would be the one to speak up and say something. That's me, too.
You're not about to do that.
I would say, and I have said, hey, man, you asked me to stand up for you at your wedding, in front of your family, in front of God, in front of everybody, and now you're going to do this in front of me?
Yeah.
Really?
It's the in front of God part.
And it is a C block, but
it is what it is.
I got to live with myself, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Because
you have to give a speech at that wedding and look that bride and her dad in the eye and be like, hey, You made a good decision.
Right.
My blessing.
Yeah. And I'm that guy that if you see something, I got to say something.
Yeah, and like that's why, again, if you're listening to this and you find this interesting, like go see it in the theater if you can. I know you're really busy, John, so you probably won't get the chance to see it in the theater, but it's a great theater experience because the nervous laughter starts, and then it turns into oh, this is actually what's happening.
Yeah,
and then it's
Did it have a good? Did you look? Did it have a good opening weekend? Was this the opening weekend?
It had a decent opening weekend. It's not like it's going to go crazy. I think it made like $20 million. Like it's not like it's not a movie that's supposed to make $1 billion.
The money they spent on it was primarily to pay the two leads.
Yeah,
right?
and I think it's like it's gotten the third best A24 opening weekend in that movie studio's history. It's behind only the Marty Supreme in this movie called Civil War. So it's doing fine. It's not gonna go crazy. But I saw it in a packed theater, and it was an amazing experience.
Okay,
so
called The Drama. Go check it out.
AMC's everywhere out now.
All right, in a couple of minutes we'll start the show, and we've got a lot to talk about. Crazy sports weekend. See you in a minute. You counted on Jacob, and it worked out great for you.
Absolutely did. 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
April brings showers, and I'm bringing soap. Lots of it. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Comedy icon Eddie Griffin takes the stage Friday, April 17th. Get your tickets now.
Number 2.
Get a 3-piece mixing bowl set the 14th when you earn 500 points on your rewards card.
And the number 1 reason.
Win a Polaris Razor Pro R Ultimate. Earn entries playing your favorite table games. Be here April 30th, 10 p.m. for your chance to win.
Morongo, good times.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. It's springtime in SoCal, and if you're still on those same old floors, make a power move with Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Millions of in-stock options. Hardwood, laminate, waterproof vinyl, carpet, even turf. No waiting on spring sales, just true wholesale pricing every single day. Extra savings for first responders, military, and veterans, plus price match. Hit the showroom right off the 5 freeway or check them out at HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No games, no gimmicks, because no spring sale beats wholesale.
You've said it before. This will only take a second. Just a quick glance. A fast reply. But on the road, seconds don't wait for you. They decide everything. Who stops, who doesn't, who makes it home. So next time your phone lights up, ask yourself, is this distraction worth a ticket or even a life? Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
Rich Eisen here. For small businesses, every hire counts, and so does your time. Hiring can quickly become overwhelming, from sorting applications to figuring out who's truly qualified. That's where LinkedIn Hiring Pro helps. It streamlines the process so you can focus on connecting with the right candidates, not managing the noise. Hire right the first time. Post your job and get $100 off towards your job post at linkedin.com/Eisen. That's linkedin.com/Eisen. Terms and conditions apply.
The home of USC football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Monday afternoon.
Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, Monday, April 6th edition of the biggest show on the radio, the Hall of Famers. So Mace isn't here to give us hope and fear, but Johnny I's here, the voice of the Lakers. He's going to give us hope. Oh, Lakers fans, don't give up now. Keep that hope alive, Jack. Meanwhile, sitting in for Mace today, the USC All-American, the NFL star, Sua Cravens. Oh, Sua! We'll recap the Easter and Passover weekend, the Dodgers, and how about Johnny I, the Bruin, against Sua, the Trojan? Well, currently, UCLA women's basketball, the Lady Bruins, maybe the best basketball team in the town, maybe the best basketball team in LA, and definitely national champions yesterday, beating down South Carolina. And tonight it's the men, Michigan versus UConn.
Gypsy Dew between his legs.
So with that said, let's get this going.
Let's do it. Producer Emily's here. Producer Brian Cohen. The social team in the back end. You.
What they call me is a cornhole savant.
Oh, Mason in Ireland.
Yeah.
Yo, Monday afternoon right now.
Yes, Sue, give it to me. Nice.
Oh.
Hey, happy Monday, people. Mason in Ireland. Emily's here. Brian's here. BC, did you survive Easter?
I did, yes.
Emily, you?
Pleasant.
Yes, I did.
Sue, a lot of candy at the Craven's house, or no?
No, we put fruit in our eggs.
Smart. Smart.
Oh, come on now.
All right. So much to get to. Yeah, we will get to the Lakers and how in a 48-hour period the season appears to have crumbled. But we will get to that because first we are starting with this. If you were busy doing Easter stuff and you didn't see it yesterday, UCLA's women's basketball team didn't just win the national championship. They destroyed South Carolina and Don Staley. Beat them by 28 points.
And for the first time since 1978, UCLA is back on top of the women's basketball world. The Bruins have captured their very first NCAA national championship.
That's Ryan Rucco, and he mentioned 1978 is the last time UCLA won a title in women's basketball. That's so long ago, Sua, that they weren't even in the NCAA. They were in something called the AIAW, and their best player on that team was Annie Meyers. And Annie's going to join us in the 2 o'clock hour. She was there. She was at the game. But I got to tell you, man, women's basketball has never been bigger. It has never been more lucrative. It has never been as hard as it is to win a title. And for UCLA to go in there in a Final Four with South Carolina and UConn, it broke exactly right. First of all, UCLA had to take out Texas. That was the one team that beat them this year. UCLA finished 37-1. The one team that beat them was Texas. So they avenged that loss. And then they're expecting to see UConn and their 65-game winning streak in the final. And South Carolina takes out UConn, and I was talking to Michael Thompson. I said, do you think UCLA can beat South Carolina? He goes, no, Don Staley's too good. They didn't just beat them. They destroyed them on a team with all seniors. And I cannot tell you how happy I am for Corey Close and those girls. I love stories like this. Last year, they make it to the Final Four. They run into UConn, and they get boat raced. They get destroyed. And I always tell people this, that in 2008, I'm covering Lakers-Celtics. Lakers-Celtics meet in the final. And the Celtics destroy the Lakers in Game 6. Beat them by 30-plus. And Lakers and Celtics are arch rivals. They hate each other. And I've had 4 different people on that Laker team tell me that was the night that led us to the next 2 titles. The Lakers won it in 2009 and 10. He said, we all sat in the locker room and said, never again. Woody Hayes, the old Ohio State coach, used to have a saying, nothing cleanses the soul like getting the hell kicked out of you. And UCLA were so disappointed and so mad at themselves for the way they played against UConn a year ago. UConn went on to win the title. And they hadn't lost, by the way, since until Saturday. Or I guess it was Friday that they lost in the semis. UCLA said, we're never going to embarrass ourselves like this again. And not only did they not do that, they took a team with 5 seniors. Do you know how rare that is in college basketball? Tonight's the NCAA championship game, and there'll be a couple of seniors, like Alex Caravan, the captain for Connecticut, is a senior. But 80 to 90% of these players are going to be underclassmen, guys that are going to the NBA on both teams.
Yeah.
Last night, UCLA, and in the Final Four, all their points, 173 of them, all scored by seniors. All these girls are out of here. They're not going to be here next year. And for Corey Close to bring that team together and watch the way they executed and played on the biggest stage was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Hats off to them.
Yeah, they look real dominant. I was talking trash before the game. I had South Carolina. You know me. I'm not gonna wish well for
UCLA. Of course not. You're a USC guy.
But I to me, just knowing Coach Staley in South Carolina, how they operate, I didn't think UCLA had a chance of winning this game. But it was a whole different story when you cut the TV off.
And Sua, I want you to keep your head up for USC because next year it could be USC's
This
time.
is an excellent point.
Yeah.
USC is going to be one of the favorites to win it next year. Sue and I were trying to figure out, other than the aquatic sports, the stuff that's played either in or near water, okay, like volleyball, water polo, swimming, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Have USC and UCLA ever gone back-to-back winning national championships in any of the other major sports? I don't think it's ever happened.
I can look it up for you.
But it could happen next year. USC is going to be really good, and obviously UCLA is going to have to be in a rebuild.
Because Jazzy Davidson, who played this year, was named the Freshman of the Year. She's amazing. And
Juju's probably the best player in the country, and they're getting her back.
Probably.
And she can win games by herself. She got him to the Elite Eight last year, and I think that's when she got injured or whatever. But I think USC could definitely win the title next year.
But let's not bury the lead. UCLA gets it done, and Ann Meyers will join us today at 2:30. So if you want to hear Annie's thoughts on it, she was there yesterday. She's the best basketball player in UCLA history. We'll ask her if Lauren Betts winning the title last night and leading UCLA to 2 consecutive Final Fours knocks Annie off that pedestal. She'll be honest, she always is. And what was really cool was they flew back to campus last night, and there was a huge crowd waiting for them when they got off the bus.
That's awesome.
Really? They flew back last night?
Yeah, and they were only in Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
So they came back, and we went after Corey Close for today. I don't think she went to bed.
No.
And so what they say, that they'll try and get her for us later in the week.
Yeah, sometime this week.
So hopefully we can get Corey on. I'm just really happy for her. John Wooden, I made John Wooden disciple. So is Corey. When she was an assistant at UCLA, she asked when she got that job, is it okay for me to reach out to Coach Wooden? And somebody said to her, yeah, he loves talking to coaches. And it turned into twice a month she would go visit him in Encino and have lunch with him. And she did it for 12 years. And one of the things John Wooden, if you're a John Wooden disciple like me, is you have somewhere in your world a copy of the Pyramid of Success that John Wooden created. And one of the cornerstones of the Pyramid of Success is titled Competitive Greatness. And the way he describes that as, be at your best when your best is needed. In other words, don't wet the bed if you make it to the title game. And boy, were they competitively great yesterday. They and Gabriela Jaquez, Jaime Jaquez's younger sister. Jaime, by the way, scored 32 points for the Heat in a game on Saturday night, hopped on a plane, flew to Phoenix, and was there to watch his sister. And I was trying to figure out, Annie and Dave Meyers both won national championships when they were at UCLA in their respective sports. I don't know if a brother and sister have ever done it again. Jaime came close. Remember, he got knocked out in the championship game against Gonzaga when they banked in that, I think it was in the semifinals. They banked in a 60-footer. Jalen Suggs did and knocked him out. That was during COVID. But I don't even think that's happening. So tons to talk about.
And so you're talking about competitive greatness, the pyramid of success for John Wooden. So where would you put the competitive greatness of Gino right now? Okay, so I will
Okay, I'm glad
put
you brought
this
this
out
up.
there. Because
Explain why you're bringing it up.
I'm bringing this up, one, to say a couple months ago, I was like, oh, is Gino the greatest coach or could be on the greatest coaches of any sport across the board for basketball? But after what happened on Friday night, I would like to retract my thoughts about Gino because he, after UConn got their butts kicked by South Carolina, when he was going to kind of do the handshake with Dawn after the game, seemingly was in her face, yelling at her.
Not seemingly. It happened.
Yeah, he was
yelling
tripping.
at her in her face. I'm not a lip reader, so I can't tell exactly what he said. And then Dawn is obviously frustrated. She wants to celebrate her win, but this guy is trying to diminish her success. What do you guys think about Gino? Did it change your opinion of him after Friday?
Strangely, it did. I think this is going to stick to Gino, and that's unfortunate because he's the greatest women's college basketball coach ever. He's more successful than Pat Summitt. He's more successful than Leon Barmore. He's more successful than Don. But what he did on Friday night made me think of Bobby Knight. Bobby Knight is a basketball genius. We've played the clip before where he had Michael Jordan on the Olympic team in '84, and before he had ever set foot on an NBA court, Bobby Knight goes, you people don't understand. This is the best basketball player I've ever seen. Whoever drafts him is going to be set for life. This guy is, I've had him in practice for 2 weeks, and he's unbelievable. Bobby was a basketball genius. He was also a complete a-hole and treated people lousy. And his legacy, Bobby Knight's legacy, is great coach, bad guy. I've never thought Gino was a bad guy until Friday night.
Even after like the Pat Summitt stuff where they would go after each other a lot. I mean, that's not ancient history. They were they were intense rivals. I mean, they did have respect for each other at the end, obviously what Pat went through at the end, but they also didn't mince words throughout their career together.
And then he apologized for it. And the apology sounded like it may have been written by ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
And the two words that were not anywhere in that apology were Don and Staley. Didn't apologize to Don. He said stuff like, there's no excuse for how I handled the end of the game versus South Carolina. He mentioned the staff and the team in the statement. Didn't mention Don. So he even botched the apology. And, Emily, I actually think, to answer your question, you cannot doubt Gino's competitive greatness as a coach. He's unbelievable. Best women's basketball coach ever. I didn't know he was a bad guy until Friday. And I think that's how a bad guy acts. I think when you had a chance for apologizing, you fumbled the apology.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be part of his legacy moving forward. What do you think?
I think he's got 2 strikes. I think because this is the first time, we've seen something like this from him. At least mine's. My first time. And for him to react the way he did, basically crash out and rage quit at the end of the game.
Blame the refs,
all types. And then when Twitter is undefeated when they run the film back and it's your players ripping their jerseys. And your
Don
players
did
missing
shake your hand
wide
before
open
the game.
And Don did, in fact, shake your hand.
Gino had a very, very bad day.
Yeah.
Now, if you listen to the show, I think people should be allowed to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And should be allowed to come back from them. And Gino will. But this is going to stick to him. And if you want to hear is this Don after the UCLA game or after
yes,
the
it's after she lost the national championship.
So if you want to hear what you should sound like when you lose a national championship game, especially when you've won so many of them, here was Don Staley after the UCLA game yesterday.
Yeah, that's a Gino question, right? It really is a Gino question. I haven't heard from Gino, so I have not. I haven't. I mean, I got 800 text messages, so I don't know if he texted or not. But that's not, like, I don't want to, like, it's UCLA's day, right? And let's keep it UCLA, them winning the national championship. Again, I will address all of that at another time. It's just not this weekend. Like, we're not going to damper UCLA's day with it. We can talk about South Carolina, us losing. We can talk about, UCLA winning the national championship and what's great about our game today.
I thought that was ridiculously well said. And by the way, anybody, Sua, can look good when you win, particularly when you win it all. And Gino's won it, 10 or 11 times? He's unbelievable. He's like John Wooden-esque in women's basketball. A lot of times the measure of a person is how are they in their worst moments? How are they when nothing goes right?
Coach Staley showed you what class looks like.
Well, and here's the thing. UConn won the title last year and was on something like a 65-game winning streak, and Gino goes out like that. It was a terrible look and a very bad day for him. All right, I've put it off long enough. We will talk about the Lakers. Obviously, I've been right in the middle of it. In a span of 48 hours, the season appears to have crumbled. Appears. We'll get into it next. Mason in Ireland, Sua in for Mace. Emily's here, Brian's here, ESPN LA.
And it is the 15-minute mark right here on 710 ESPN. On the all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
The 15-minute mark on 710. Fueled by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
You know, in that time it took to hear your favorite takes and all that fun and frivolity, you could be pulling out with a fresh oil change. No waiting, no appointment, just in and out in about 15 minutes. Bam! So you've got more time for what matters. Visit SoCalOilChange.com.
In just 15 minutes, you can boost your vehicle's performance and save money while doing it. Visit SoCalOilChange.com now for value pack coupons and keep your car and your wallet running strong.
The 15-minute mark on 710, made possible by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need the hire, you get the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire, and check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on
Lakers
every
fans!
new vehicle.
This is when we don't give up hope, and we gather around together to watch the Lakers against the Thunder Tuesday night at Kelsey's at Pechanga Resort Casino. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. at Kelsey's. We're going to party, watch the Lakers game together, win fabulous prizes, and cheer on our purple and gold. Here's what I want you to do. Go to ESPNLA.com right now. Click the Lakers Pechanga logo, make your reservation, and join us Tuesday night at Kelsey's at Pechanga Resort Casino with ESPN LA for an official watch party.
Crispy and golden on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside, and finished with buttery garlic parm seasoning for bold flavor in every bite. All tournament long, grab a large pizza with any 3 toppings for just $10.99, available for delivery or carryout. When the games heat up, keep the Pizza Hut coming. Cut down the nets with the $10.99 large 3-topping pizza deal. Order now at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app and bring home the win.
Limited time offer. Additional charges for extra cheese and toppings, stuffed crust, and original pan.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Watching a Laker game is so much more than just a game. It's the moments before tip-off, the people you're with, and the food you're sharing. That's why I love BBGO. BBGO is perfect for at-home watch parties or a night of hoops. Their food is bold and packed with flavor, bowls for a quick meal, dumplings and fried rice for everyone at the table. Vibe on a wave of Korean food and culture with BBGO. Look for BBGO at your local grocery store in the Asian and freezer aisles. BBGO for it and bring something different to the table.
You're sitting at a red light or stuck in traffic, and your phone lights up. Maybe it's a text, a video call, a new post, or a quick notification you think you can check in a second. It feels harmless, but the truth is, once your eyes leave the road, you're not really driving anymore. And traffic doesn't pause just because you do. That split second of distraction can throw off everything. Your reaction time, your awareness, your ability to avoid someone else's mistake. You could damage your car, injure yourself, or hurt someone you care about. Or you could get pulled over for a reminder that your phone isn't worth the risk. So before you start driving, make it easy on yourself. Put your phone on silent. Toss it in the glove box. Set it to Do Not Disturb. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
I'm a babyface and John's a heel.
John's not a heel. Exactly.
John's the heel.
Mr. 1%'s a heel?
He's a heel.
Well, I'm Mr. 1% and I own it.
Back to Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Today it is Sua Cravens and John Ireland. Sua filling in for Mays. We're just talking about Gino Auriemma and the bad day he had on Friday. We apologized on Saturday without mentioning Don Staley, which was weird. By the way, I didn't ask you. The men's championship is tonight. Michigan is favored. UConn has Danny Hurley, who's won 2 of the last 3 national championships. If he wins tonight, it'll be 3 out of 4. If you had to bet it, who would you bet on?
UConn.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of Hurley?
Yeah. They got
because
the track
Michigan
record,
looks
too.
unbeatable.
They do. They looked dominant against Arizona, who I had winning it all.
I did too. And by the way, on Saturday, I picked Arizona and I picked Illinois. So I was 0 for 2. And tonight I'm picking Michigan. So that's very good news for you and your the UConn Huskies.
I saw something on Saturday that I thought was interesting. So Dusty May, who is the coach of University of Michigan men's basketball team, so they played the second game on Saturday. He was spotted on the sidelines watching the Illinois-UConn game when his team is playing in a matter of hours. So he's in the sidelines scouting this team, assuming he's going to win that Final Four game to make it to the national championship. I think that is a gutsy move.
I think it's a baller move. I think, you know.
That's championship mindset.
Yeah.
You expect to win.
I mean, but you have other coaches that can scout for you. You don't need to be there, but it's kind of like he's putting his cards on the table. He knew he had the great plan for that night, and he was going to win.
All right. It's a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday, and after back-to-back losses on the road, the Lakers are hoping to bounce back in the final week of the regular season. Reaction Monday brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for, the official beer sponsor of the Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. Okay, we've avoided it long enough. The Lakers have been dealt an incredibly bad hand here in the last week of the season. I can't remember a time, Sue, and my guess is it's never happened, that a team has lost 2 20-point scorers, including the leading scorer in the NBA, right before the playoffs. But it happened to the Lakers in Oklahoma City. I was there on Thursday night. They boat raced us. Luka pulls a hamstring. Austin pulls an oblique muscle. They are both out. And the diagnosis we're getting is 4 to 6 weeks for both of them. If that's the case, they not only miss all the games of the regular season, which is happening, they've already announced that, but they'd miss the entire first round of the playoffs. I see the world through purple and gold colored glasses. I'll let you be honest with me. Is the Lakers season over?
Well, one, to adjust your first statement, I think this is the Brooklyn Nets curse. This is the KD, Kyrie, James Harden situation just happening in a smaller format.
Right, on a bigger stage, too.
With much more on the line. It was early in the season when that happened. This is, we kind of need the entire team. I think they're done. I think they're cooked. I think about to pack it up and get these boys up out of here. I mean, we just saw LeBron put a 30-point triple-double together.
Yeah, one rebound away.
Against a Mavericks team that's bad right now. Very bad.
They had lost. I did that game last night in Dallas. They had lost, the Mavericks, 14 straight home games. Longest home losing streak in 32 years, and the Lakers couldn't beat them. And you're right, LeBron balled out. Luke Kennard had a first career triple-double. Jackson Hayes had a season high in points. The weirdest thing about that game, it didn't have anything to do with the offense. You'd think that losing Luka and losing Austin would have shot your offense. It was the defense.
Same problem.
The Lakers shot 51% from the field and had 66 points in the paint. Season high for Jackson Hayes. First career triple-double for Luke Kennard. LeBron balls out. And the reason they lost is they couldn't guard Cooper Flagg.
Youth and energy will beat the Lakers 10 times out of 10. That's why they don't stand a chance against teams like OKC, because they can have an off night and the shots don't have to get the bottom of the net, but their energy and how they pace the floor and run after misses.
And the way they defend.
And the way they defend. The Lakers are going to be gasping for air before halftime.
And guess who we're playing tomorrow night?
OKC?
Yeah.
Well, so there you go. There you go.
All right. So we don't be the purveyors of doom and gloom and say the season's over and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to give you a little hope, a string of hope, but you're a professional athlete. I'm not. I'm going to play you something from a stem cell doctor in Miami named Jesse Morse. He runs a clinic in Miami that specializes in stem cell treatments. You probably heard last night got reported Luka has left the country. He's gone to Europe, and he's going to try some stem cell treatment and hope it helps. This is Jesse Morse talking about what he thinks will happen with Luka. Again, this is a stem cell doctor that runs a clinic in Miami.
The only reason he shouldn't have done this in America is because there's a couple things that aren't legal here. And that's you're kind of playing with fire. You would much rather go to Europe than Colombia or Panama or Mexico. I can do about 90% of the stuff that he does at my Miami clinic that he's likely going to do, but there's a couple things that we just can't get and we can't do yet. So what does this mean for his recovery? This means that he's probably going to try to return in about 2.5 to 3 weeks. But the important thing to understand is doing that at a normal level would be very high risk, and he would probably re-injure within a couple of days or a week. But doing it after doing all of this, there's a decent chance he can not only be able to be healthy enough, but actually be able to play at a high level without much risk of re-injury. And that's the luxury of doing this. And I don't think he's just going to get one round. I would probably do stem cells 3 different times or various different things, literally for 5-6 hours a day, different modalities, different things, a lot of scar tissue work, a lot of grind needling, grafting, blood flow restriction, cupping, all things to get the blood flow to this area, to get this hamstring optimized, make sure his hips are aligned, make sure his back is all set. There's a lot of moving parts here. But if you're trying to win an NBA championship and you're one of the best players in the world and you are injured and you only have about 2 to 3 weeks, this is what you do.
Okay. A lot of info there, Sua. You played in the NFL. I don't think you ever pulled a hamstring, but you've obviously had injuries. Does that sound like something that might work?
It's yes, but it's risky. It's definitely risky, and you can't get a certain amount in America. And that's why you leave. You go overseas to those European doctors where they do have the medicine and the technology to administer safely. But even then, just coming back early on experimental treatment is risky. And is that at the end of the day, do the Lakers believe their team right now can make a run to the championship to risk their future with Luka?
Well, what was so interesting was that in March they could do no wrong. They had 17 games. They had 2 losses. They were 15-2, and the 2 losses were close. Mm-hmm. They lost a game in Denver. They lost a game in Detroit, which were both within 5 points in the final 5 minutes, where they've been great all year. So they had a lot of optimism going into Thursday in OKC. Thunder blow the doors off them early. Both the best players get hurt, and now the season appears over. If this works, if Jesse Morse is right, and this thing works for Luka, it'll be one of the biggest stories in sports for the year.
But if it works, does that mean Reeves is back early?
I don't know.
Because I think they need Reeves.
Well, they're friends. Maybe he puts them on the plane next to him and gets them over there. But they have 2 different injuries. One is I know you'd never pulled a hamstring. Did you ever have an oblique injury in your career?
Like small strains. But it's just oblique is different because when you cough, it could hurt. When they're just trying to twist your back, it can hurt. Just getting up. So you don't quite feel 100% until you go 100% and see where you're at. And hopefully Austin feels good enough to at least give it a try in the first round. But they're going to need both of them back.
Here's the weird wrinkle of all this, and I read this in the ESPN article. It's like, so one, the Dallas scanned the wrong place on Austin Reeves.
Yes.
And then why was he put back out there in that game? That's like, I don't know. That just seems ridiculous to me that happened. I mean, I guess people can make mistakes, or you're trying to win these games and you rely on these players to be as honest as possible with their injuries. But it seems maybe that it was avoidable. I don't know. That's what I'm keep on thinking about with this Lakers team. But again, it's
part of this, like to Sua's point, that it's a little risky bringing him back if he's even partially injured. Let's have a moment of honesty here. Luka and Austin were in the lineup when Oklahoma City destroyed him on Thursday. Just destroyed him.
Yeah.
I believe at one point the score was 18-4. They were down by 23 after the first quarter, a quarter that Luka and Austin and LeBron all played in. So one of the questions you have to ask is, let's say Luka does get healthy and comes back, and Austin does come back earlier than expected. Even then, could they beat OKC or San Antonio? I'm not sure they could. I know that's not the way they look at it. They think if they get these guys healthy, they can go back to the way they were playing in March and maybe pull an upset.
I don't know about that, because what JJ was asked this weekend about their goal, their mindset's the same as they were before. He said their mindset was to win a round in the playoffs. Their mindset, as JJ was saying, was not to win a championship. It was he was setting, it seemingly, the limit as one playoff.
I think I was around him all weekend, obviously. I think what he meant was don't put the cart ahead of the horse. Let's see if we can win one playoff series. And by the way, I'll do this when we come back. I'm pretty sure I already know who they're playing. I just don't know where it starts. And I'll explain that coming up next. Sua is in for Mace. Before we do that, let me tell you about Toyota. The Lakers and Toyota are celebrating 50 years of partnership. They started together in 1976. As part of that, the Toyota Perfect Timing Sales Event is going on. Your chance to get into a fuel-efficient new Toyota with great offers that help every mile go further. And by the way, you don't even have to take this from me. Google longest-lasting cars on the road. See what comes up. 7 of the top 10 are Toyotas, including all 5 of the top 5. Whether you go with the all-hybrid Camry or go with the all-electric Toyota BZ, whether you look at the trucks or the SUVs, they're all Toyotas. They all last. They're all built to move you forward. And when you choose Toyota, you get Toyota Care. No-cost maintenance for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. That includes oil changes, tire rotations, even 24/7 roadside assistance. So if you're looking for a car, you got to look at Toyota. That's basically an offer you won't be able to refuse. It's all part of 50 years of teamwork, innovation, and going places together. We make it easy. Toyota. Let's go places.
Here we go. Going to be a party, Tuesday night, ESPN LA and Pechanga Resort Casino coming together for a Lakers watch party. Lakers Thunder. We're going to have raffles, photo opportunities, and tons of giveaways. Go to ESPNLA.com right now. Click the Lakers Pechanga logo. Make your reservation to join us at Kelsey's. Don't miss this one, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Lakers Thunder watch party at Pechanga Resort Casino at Kelsey's. Go to ESPNLA.com right now and make your reservation. All Lakers fans, be there.
Introducing our new Chili Crisp Dumplings. A spicy twist on a Waba favorite. Bold, crunchy, and tossed and fiery. Chili Crisp. That's our new Chili Crisp Dumplings. Get them today. Only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Hey, Ty Pennington here, back teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away another brand new house. Imagine yourself in an amazing, fully furnished, multi-million-dollar home in beautiful Orange County. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. It's that easy. Visit Pechanga every Saturday to activate your entries for a chance to win a lucky key to the May 30th grand finale. I'll see you there.
John Ireland here, and when it comes to vodka, I like a winner, and Blue Ice Vodka delivers. America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce, and made from Idaho potatoes. Clean, smooth, no additives. Blue Ice Vodka. Vodka with standards.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com, because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Evan Cohen here. Did you know the average employer sorts through about 250 resumes for one job opening? That's a lot of time reviewing applications. Well, if you're hiring, here's good news. You can now review resumes and applications faster thanks to ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter's new feature, qualified candidates who are very interested in your job show up at the top of your list. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
So that's why I deliver. Red light player. When the red light goes on, look out, I'm on it.
That's Steve Mason and John Ireland.
That's what they say is you're a red light player.
Light player.
Especially in Amsterdam.
Oh, yeah. No, I never played there.
Mason and Ireland. Right now.
Today it's Sua in Ireland. Sua Craven's nice enough to fill in for Mace. Join ESPN LA for a Lakers watch party tomorrow at 7 at Kelsey's inside Pechanga Resort Casino in Temecula. Enjoy the game, score autographed Laker basketballs, get your chance to win Laker playoff tickets. Spots are limited, so make your reservation now at ESPNLA.com. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, the official Native American resort and casino of the Lakers. Okay, so I mentioned before the break that I think I know who the Lakers are going to play, and here's why. Last night, kind of quietly, everybody's watching the Lakers kind of crumble in real time. What they may not have noticed was that Minnesota lost last night to Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
When Minnesota lost, that means the Lakers cannot finish behind Minnesota. They're 4 games ahead of the Wolves, and the Lakers have the tiebreaker. So that means the Lakers are either going to finish 3rd, 4th, or 5th. Right now, they're 3rd. They have the identical record to Denver, but the Lakers have the tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a reasonable chance, Sua, that the Lakers can stay in the 3. I think Denver plays Philadelphia tonight. I think when they beat them, and I think Denver's won 7 or 8 games in a row, when they beat Philly, they will pass the Lakers and be a half game up. And then when the Lakers play OKC, barring a shock, OKC wins that game, the Lakers will be a full game behind Denver, and I don't think they have a mechanism on which to catch them. So that drops the Lakers to 4. Now, here's your next problem. They would then, if all these things play out, be tied with Houston. Again, the Lakers have the tiebreaker. The problem is, show me where the wins are in the next 3 games for the Lakers. Tomorrow night, OKC here. You're taking the Thunder, I assume, right?
That's a loss.
Thursday night, their last road game of the regular season, in San Francisco to play the Warriors, who now have Steph back.
Yep.
And Steph went off against the Rockets last night, but KD and Alpi Şengün made a play at the buzzer, and the Rockets won by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Had the Rockets lost that game, I would be arguing the Lakers could stay in the 4. But since they won it, now the Lakers are playing Golden State with Steph. Unlikely they win that game.
I think they win that game.
You do?
They win that
okay,
game.
well, if they do, that could change things. Friday night, second night of a back-to-back. LeBron has played in about half of those this year. Phoenix comes in. Phoenix is 3-1 against the Lakers when they're healthy. So Phoenix looks as that as a good matchup. Utah Sunday here to wrap up the regular season is probably a win.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm projecting, if I was like on one of those political election shows, I'm projecting the Lakers are going to finish 5th and open the playoffs not this weekend, but next weekend in Houston for a 7-game series. And I think what that comes down to, I would have picked the Lakers in 5 had Luka and Austin not gotten hurt. Now that they're both hurt, I don't know if the Lakers can beat them. What do you think?
I think they can still beat Houston. I think Houston's
hot. They've won 7 games in a row.
They've got KD. They've got Şengün. I understand. But I think that's a team that...
Amen Thompson, good player. Jabari
great
Smith,
defender,
good player.
These are guys young. Young is a problem.
Reed Shepherd, young, can
yes,
shoot.
got a good coach. I still think that they match up well against Houston, even with the injuries. But it would require LeBron James turning back the clock and going 35-8-8 for 5 to 6 games.
I'm glad you brought up LeBron. So over the weekend, there was this weird story about LeBron talking about how he doesn't like going to Memphis. And one of the beat reporters...
You like going to Memphis?
I'm going to get there.
Okay.
One of the beat reporters said to him yesterday, hey, why'd you pick on Memphis? You know, what's wrong with Memphis? And the guy even made it racial. He said, Memphis is a predominantly black city. And LeBron said, well, I mentioned Milwaukee too. Milwaukee's a predominantly white city. And he goes, well, but a lot of people in Memphis are upset with you because you said the team should move to Nashville, which is predominantly white. And LeBron's like, give me a break. Here's what LeBron said at practice over the weekend.
This is from Bob the Sports.
41 years old. You think I want to do that? Being in Memphis on a random-ass Thursday? I'm not like the first guy to even talk about it in the NBA. Like, we all like, you guys have to move. Just go over to Nashville. You got Vanderbilt over there. You got NASCAR. You got a stadium. Don't they got a hockey team too?
Yeah, Predators.
Yeah. Like they got everything.
Doesn't look like LeBron's going to be on the Grizzlies anytime soon, so Grizzly fans out there.
Yeah, they know. Their only chance was in 2003 if they'd have won the lottery to give me that. And I might have pulled a Eli Manning and not showed up.
All right, so let me correct myself. That's what he said on the golf course about Memphis. It got him into trouble. Over the weekend, he said, look, I just don't like going to Memphis. I don't like going to Milwaukee. I don't even like going to Cleveland, and I'm from there.
They left all that out.
Right. Well, we could probably find that if we need to. But here's the point I wanted to make. I've been saying the exact same thing for 15 years. They should move that team to Nashville. Memphis has a high crime rate. They don't have any good hotels. It's my least favorite stop on the tour.
Isn't the barbecue good out there?
It is. The food is excellent. The people are very nice. But I can see why the majority of people who work in the NBA, which includes me and includes LeBron, would rather be in Nashville than Memphis. There is nothing racial about this. There is nothing against the people of Memphis. Memphis isn't as nice of a city as Nashville is. Nashville is progressive. They have more to do, a better arena, better hotels. The only reason, frankly, that the NBA is still in Memphis is that FedEx is one of the biggest NBA sponsors, and their home base is in Memphis, and they play in the FedEx Forum. So FedEx asked them not to move. But I think that Robert Parra, the owner, would have moved a long time ago.
Didn't they come from Vancouver, though?
Yeah. And under a different owner, under a guy named Robert Heisley. But stop beating LeBron up about saying he doesn't want to go to Memphis and make this out to be a LeBron issue. It's not. I've been saying for 15 years it just didn't go viral because I'm not LeBron. But he said the quiet part out loud. There have been many, many, many people, including me, including Michael, including anyone who's ever traveled in the NBA, that thinks moving from Memphis to Nashville is a great idea. But when LeBron says it, because he's polarizing, everybody makes a big deal about it. Lay off him. He's 100% right, and we've all been saying it for years. You ever been to Memphis, Sua?
No, never.
I don't anticipate you ever will go. Emily, you ever been to Memphis?
I have.
The food's great. The people are very nice.
I heard y'all good out there.
Everything else, you can have it.
So if you were someone of like LeBron's talents and you were playing professional sports and you could pick anywhere you wanted to play in the league, but it was the NFL, were there places you would never have gone with a 10-foot pole?
Yeah, 100%.
Regardless of like situation of like quarterbacks, coaches, whatever.
Is Green Bay number one on the list?
No, I would have went to Green Bay.
You wouldn't go back to Washington?
No.
No. You played there.
No, I would not go back to Washington. No, well, the Washington now is different. The Washington now is different, but the Washington that I had, no. The Washington I had, no. I didn't want to go to. I didn't want to go to Buffalo either.
Yeah, a lot of people. And Buffalo's good. You see, so it has nothing to do with the team. It has nothing to do with people. You just don't want to live there.
No, I didn't want to go to
Matt
Buffalo.
Barkley got sent at one point in his career to Buffalo.
Yeah.
What about Atlanta? I know.
Absolutely not.
It's like I know it's not your favorite
Absolutely
place.
What's wrong with Atlanta?
Me and Atlanta don't mix.
Okay, so you're worried about temptation.
No.
Okay.
No. Temptation's everywhere. We live in California. There's temptation everywhere. But no, me and Atlanta, for some reason, I don't get along with the South. Any of that. Anything South Texas.
I wouldn't mind living in Atlanta.
Well,
but Memphis is the worst stop on the tour. Memphis and Oklahoma City are the two places that if I could, I would take those franchises and move them somewhere else.
Where would you move Oklahoma City?
Seattle.
Yeah.
Rather than add two teams, we just need to take those two teams and move them.
Mm-hmm.
And
move Memphis to Vegas?
Nashville.
Well, and then what about this Vegas team?
Well, I would wait, but they're going to do it. Yeah. They're going to add two more teams. So we had 30-point blowouts up and down the scoreboard twice last week. 30-point blowouts in like 5 different games. Why are we adding 2 more bad teams?
Yeah, it's not enough. Not enough
but it's going to happen. It's going to happen inevitably. But LeBron did not say anything wrong. Matter of fact, he didn't say anything I haven't been saying for 20 years. So I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't support him. I think the team should move to Nashville. All right, coming up next, we'll do icebreakers. First, Sua, what do you got?
I've got a little something from Wild Fork. What's good, sports fans? It's Sua Cravens, and I want to tell you about one of my go-to spots, Wild Fork Foods, Meat, and Seafood Market. Whether you're grilling at home, hosting friends, or just stocking up for the week, Wild Fork makes it easy to find exactly what you need. They've got everything from everyday proteins and sides to over 40 types of grinds, plus a huge selection of seafood and even exotic meats to switch things up. What really stands out to me is the variety and consistency. It's the largest selection you'll find in one meat and seafood market with quality you can trust, prices that make it easy to shop whatever you want. With 12 locations across LA and Orange County, or the option to order online for quick and convenient delivery, you're never far from a great meal. Check them out at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, quality meat and wild prices.
What a win for the Kings on Saturday. 6-7 in overtime. And now it comes down to this. Tonight, Kings and Preds. Playoffs on the line at Crypto, 7:30 p.m. Kings and Nashville. And after the game, your chance to talk to me, Sam Boney, right here on Kings Talk. Tonight, Kings and Preds, 7:30 right here on ESPN LA. Your home for Kings hockey.
Hey, LA, it's Bethel Duran. Head to Northridge Toyota and Wondering Toyota today and drive off in a brand new, beautiful 2026 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for just $209 a month on a 36-month lease. $209 for a Tacoma? You already know it's got to be Northridge and Wondering Toyota. Your trade-in is your down payment. It's a limited-time offer. Nobody's going to take care of you like my guys at Wondries and Northridge Toyota.
2026 Toyota Tacoma SR5 iForce 2.4-cylinder turbo 5-foot bed. Double cab 4x2 RWD model. MSRP $40,628. Base 10,000 miles per year and excludes tax, title, license, and dollar fees.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and 0 calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Listen to Mason and Ireland. Weekdays noon to 3 on ESPN LA.
And it is Mason and Ireland on ESPN LA. It's time for Icebreakers. Icebreakers made possible by Blue Ice Vodka, the finest vodka sourced from Idaho potatoes. Get it? Idaho, Johnny I, the Idaho compound. Enjoy Blue Ice Classic Vodka or their unique flavors like Huckleberry and Double Espresso. Find Blue Ice in stores and ask for them by name. Time for Icebreakers on Mason and Ireland. Take it away, producer Emily.
Here's where we stand after the first couple days of April. We have John, you're in the lead with 14 points.
Heck yeah.
Brian, you're in second with 5, and no one else has hit the score. And so, Sua, you are now competing with others. So anybody who is not a regular member of our show day in, day out is combined score. So you are competing with
Didn't Momo get one? Or no, she got a game of games,
yes,
right?
She got a game of
games. All right.
All right, here we go.
So what do we got?
For 10 points. I was born in 1996 in Oakland, California. Both of my parents were teachers. My mom is 6'4", and my dad is 6'2".
Okay.
For 9 points. I was once in the music video for the Kids Bop version of Katy Perry's song Hot and Cold. I was also a backup dancer in a Selena Gomez Old Navy ad. And I was in Taylor Swift's Bad Blood music video.
It's not who I thought it was. Okay.
Love.
All right. For 8 points. I got my break in acting on a Disney Channel show called Shake It Up, and my first single was called Swag It Out. But my breakthrough single was the song Replay, which peaked at 40 on the Hot 100.
So it's a musician from Oakland.
Oh, my God.
That is 30.
I'm singing the song in my head. I don't know this man's name.
Okay.
For 7 points. Kirsten Dunst and I have played the same character, and a Barbie doll has been made of me.
So it sounds like a woman.
Okay. 6 points.
Okay.
I am the youngest woman to ever win an Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series Emmy.
Lead actress. And she's a musician.
For 5 points.
Okay.
Zendaya?
Yes, it's Adell. There you go.
Yeah.
I was talking about her earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, that was what popped into my head. Did she win for Euphoria?
She won twice for Euphoria.
Okay.
She won in 2020 and 2022.
Way to go, Sua Cravens.
Here's the rest if you want to know more about Zendaya.
Yeah.
So I am roommate. She started off as Disney Channel, obviously, but I am rumored to be married to my co-star of Spider-Man, which Tom Holland.
That would have given it to
and
me.
my stylist hinted at the Golden Globes red carpet. I'm only known by one name. I had a movie that came out this weekend, and my initials are Z.
Okay.
All right, so Sua got that for 5 points. The others have 5 points.
Appreciate
All right.
you, Tim.
Icebreakers brought to you by Blue Ice Vodka. Wait a minute. Did Tim tip you?
Huh? No, he just texted me say he likes my hat.
What?
Tim.
He texted he likes my hat.
What the hell?
Tim is banned for
Yeah,
that.
banned.
One
See,
show
look, brother,
for Tim.
hey, see, they trying to make me out to be Gunna. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything.
You snitched.
I
and
didn't
Tim,
say.
you're even
no,
worse.
No.
Can't cheating and icebreakers.
Hey, wood grill.
What?
Actually, I'll send you
that is a. Who cheats? Come on, man.
Tim sees it before he has all of the answers.
I'm in through. This is 2 soundproof glasses. Okay, there's no way he could have communicated to me.
Yeah, when you said thanks, Tim, for the text. Yeah,
No, I
that's
didn't
how he
say-
communicated.
I just said he
to
liked
him.
my hat.
Did he sign a Z behind me?
No, of
John,
course
just read the
not.
copy. Who sponsored the segment?
Icebreakers brought to you by Blue Ice Vodka, America's largest potato vodka. Double goat rated, just 64 calories an ounce, and made from Idaho potatoes. Clean, smooth, no additives. Blue Ice Vodka, premium taste, nothing extra. Okay, tonight, Dodgers open a series in Toronto. They swept Washington over the weekend. The Nationals aren't very good. This is a rematch of the World Series last year, Sua, and we have been beating Canada like a drum. First, the Dodgers knocked them out in the World Series. Then we knocked them out in men's hockey. Then we knocked them out in women's hockey.
I thought you were about to say then Kendrick Lamar beat him with Drake.
Yeah, there's nothing they've been able to celebrate over us, and the Dodgers can keep it going. Mookie Betts went on the injured list with an oblique injury. They brought up Hee-Sung Kim to fill in for him, but that's today at 4 o'clock is game 1 from Toronto.
I want to ask something
Yeah.
about this Mookie oblique injury. So
Yeah.
we know that
Should we
Mookie-
send him put him on the plane with Luka?
Yeah, we should get him some stem cells. So Mookie was changing his off-season preparation for this upcoming season. He started to mimic what Yamamoto was doing, which is he was doing some javelin, and he actually incorporated a javelin celebration after he scored a home run this weekend. But he also incorporated this thing where he has the trainer, the Yamamoto's trainer, he puts him on his shoulders and walks around with him, basically to strengthen your core and to strengthen everything. But it also feels like something that might turn into an oblique injury because you carry your trainer on your shoulders wrong. So I don't know. I'm just trying to connect some dots
Are you
here.
blaming the Japanese training regimen for Mookie's injury? Half our team is Japanese,
I'm
and
not-
we've won back-to-back World Series.
I'm not blaming Japan. I am blaming potentially this specific exercise that he's been caught doing here.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
just saying maybe it hurts.
No, whatever Shohei and Yamamoto are doing, I think everybody should be doing it. By the way, did you guys see this story that there's a guy, the LA Times jumped on this, and I think one of the news stations did too. There's a Lakers season ticket holder who's upset that he can no longer get his season tickets with paper tickets, and now that it's all digital. You know, this is a guy that's been a season ticket holder for 50 years. He keeps the tickets as keepsakes. I understand.
I'm going to assume he's a bit older.
Yeah, he's 81.
That's a good assumption.
Yes.
Like Travis Old.
Okay. Why is this a thing? My mom's 87. She can figure out digital tickets. Why can't this guy? I mean, I understand him being upset that he can't keep them for his photo album, but this is like somebody saying they won't listen to music digitally. They want to go to a record store and buy vinyl. Emily, I have zero sympathy for this guy.
You're not
How about you?
Pierce.
I have a little sympathy. It is a nice thing to have. I think they should have it in limited amounts. Like if you specifically ask for it, and honestly, it seems like this guy cares about it so much that he would probably pay a little bit extra to have it printed. Like if they said, hey, we can print it for you and have your paper tickets if you pay us $20 extra. I think he would be somebody that would be. I think the Dodgers should do it for him because it would be a good PR
No,
story.
if they do it for him, they got to do it for everybody else. BC, you have any problem with not having paper tickets?
No, and I'm pretty sure I read in the article that the last few years he had paid, I think, $600 extra to get the printed tickets.
So they took away the option.
They took away, but his whole thing is he doesn't have a smartphone. He had a flip phone, so he doesn't have anything
My
to
dad,
carry.
before he died, my dad died when he was 83. He never had a smartphone. And he couldn't. You could text him, but he wouldn't respond.
Get his iPad or something.
But
I'm sure he has an iPad.
Right. Every person that has parents who are still alive, especially my parents when they were in their 80s, have figured out a way to navigate digital tickets. This guy can do that too. Quit your whining. I have no sympathy for this dude.
Oh.
Now, okay, so that's the Dodger aspect. They play in Toronto tonight. Did you see what happened Saturday night in the Angels game?
Talking about an outfield?
Joe Adell,
yeah,
the Angels outfielder, had not one, not two,
three of them,
but three game-saving,
three of y'all,
bring the home run back over the wall catches in a game they won 1-0. Here's Wayne Randazzo calling all three. Again, 3 times Joe Adell leaped. The ball was going over the wall. All 3 of these, trust me, if you haven't seen them, would have been home runs. And Adell was like a human Venus flytrap, just bringing everything back.
No balls and 1 strike. And here's a drive out to right from Raleigh. Adell's back near the wall. He leaps, and he caught it! Joe Adell! There's a drive to right. Adell is back. He's at the wall. He leaps up. He got another one! Whoa. Joe Adell! What a night!
Lead.
And here's Crawford with a fly ball to right toward the corner. It's Joe Adell again near the foul pole. Leaping up! Did he catch it again? He fell into the crowd, so it's a home run. They called him out. He did it again.
3 games, and that, again, was Wayne Randazzo. I don't know what we're calling where the Angel games are now. We used to call it FanDuel.
MLB TV?
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
But Wayne's really good, and we love Gooby. We love Erica Weston, who's the sideline girl who I used to work with at KCBS. They all do a great job. Wayne mentioning that he fell into the stands, so it's a home run. The rule on that is unless both your feet are flat on the ground over the wall, if Adell would have jumped into the stands, then caught it, it would have been a home run. But if your feet are in the field of play when you jump and they don't come down and you catch the ball, that's an out. And that's what Adell did, and it led to one of the great pictures. I don't know if you guys saw it. Brian, did you see it?
Yeah, one of the best baseball pictures I think I've ever seen. Yeah.
Adell is standing in the stands with the ball over his head like, I got it, but he's in the middle of the fans.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask the 3 of you something. You guys might accuse me of being prisoner of the moment, but is that the best day a defensive outfielder has ever had? Brian, you've been watching baseball since you were a little kid. I would argue what he did is harder than hitting 3 home runs because you have 3 pitches. To hit home runs, you have 10 pitches in at bat. You get 30 pitches and you hit 3 of them out. What he did, I've never seen anybody do it twice.
Yeah, never.
I think it's the best defensive game by an outfielder ever. What say you?
I agree with that, especially when you take in the context of 1-0 game.
Yep.
Rob that home run in the 8th and in the 9th inning. Like
Emily,
seems too fake.
I'm with you. Emily, am I guilty of being prisoner of the moment here?
It's hard for me to find another example. Maybe if you have a sliding catch and then you rob a home run. I can't think of another game that's better. But
the 1-0 aspect really plays into it.
Yeah, you saved the game. It would have been.
To Brian's point, he won the game by himself.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how they got their run, but him erasing 3 runs in a 1-0 game is insane.
Yeah, he win-beat the game.
Yeah, I mean, and
he tumbled everything.
To be honest, maybe it's because he plays for the Angels, or maybe because it was Easter weekend and we had the Final Four going on, and the Lakers were crumbling before our very eyes with all these injuries.
Pay attention to it.
I don't think enough people talked about this. 3 game-saving, leaped up, took 3 home runs away from the Mariners, the team that won the division last year.
Look at them.
I mean, and if you haven't had a chance, just Google Adell catches Mariners and watch what comes up. You'll note that all 3 of these, had there been no outfielder there, would have all 3 been home runs.
Okay, so let's just take the 3rd home run, the one where he leaps into the stands.
Right.
Okay, is that a better defensive play, or Andy Pages running into Kike Hernandez in Game 7 of the World Series, which is a better play?
Adell's catch was harder.
The better play is
the
better.
Pages had to cover a lot of ground.
The better play because of what was on the line. If Pages doesn't make the catch, the World Series is over, and Toronto wins. But the amazing about that World Series was, and again, if you're just joining us, Dodgers Blue Jays today at 4 o'clock for the first time since that night you're talking about, Em. If Pages doesn't catch that, Kike looked like he had lost it.
Season ends with two Dodgers running into each other on the ground, the ball on the floor, and the Blue Jays celebrating.
Had Miguel Rojas not cleanly fielded that grounder, of course, had Miguel Rojas not hit the home run to send the game to extra innings, had Will Smith not put his foot back on the plate, there were like 5 instances where if the Dodgers don't execute perfectly, they lose the World Series. So because of that, to answer your question, Emily, Pages' catch more significant. What Adell did, especially considering he did it 3 times, harder on a grand scale. I mean, I just don't know. I've never seen a guy bring in 3 home runs, not even in a Little League game or a college or high school game. 3, Sua? 3 game-saving catches?
Yeah, no. Hey, boy, was a Chris Brown fan out there. Give me that. Every home run.
Unbelievable. All right, time for sports graffiti. You can react to any of this. The Dodger stuff, the Angels stuff, the Lakers stuff, the UCLA women, men tonight, Michigan taking on UConn. We've covered a lot of ground. 877-710-3776. That's the number. 877-710-3776. Or, if it's easier to remember, 877-710-ESPN. We'll take your phone calls. Emily's opened the phones. Lines open now at 877-710-3776. While we're filling up the phones, let me tell you about National University. This is one of my favorite partners here at the station. I know these guys personally. Dr. Mark Milliron, who runs the place, is a huge sports fan, big Laker fan, and a great guy. Here's what Mark would say if he was here with us. If you've always wanted to get a college degree, but for whatever reason, you couldn't do it, your life took off, you have a family, and you have a job, and you want a degree, National University's for you. They specialize in Anders, people that have this and that and that. And right now, they offer 150 degree programs or certificates with flexible 4 or 8 week online courses. So you can do it on your schedule. And I always talk about the scholarships they offer. Here's one you can take your best shot at right now. The Believe and Succeed Scholarship, up to $6,000 annually toward an industry current bachelor's or master's degree. They'll give you the support you need to finish strong, free tutoring, career counseling, and resources to help you stay on track. If this is something that sounds like you're interested, go to their website, nu.edu. By the way, if you want to apply for the Believe and Succeed Scholarship, you got to apply by July 31st. So you got a few months, but you got to do it before then at nu.edu. Terms and conditions apply. National University. Check them out today. nu.edu. Sports Graffiti next. ESPN LA.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Mornings in LA start with Sedano and Cap.
Yeah, Michelle, I've taken a lot of heat around here for not knowing who Yoshi the dinosaur is. And then does this have something to do with Mario Brothers or does it not?
Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
Because I only knew Mario from the video game Donkey Kong from 1982.
But Michelle, you know who Mario and Luigi were.
Of course. I mean, I'm Italian. Of course I know Mario.
Right, I was just going to say.
It's over here.
Me. It's
right over here. It's right over
here.
Those
are our guys, please.
Yeah, I mean, 2 Italian plumbers. You're Italian. Exactly.
I know.
Wait, those guys are plumbers?
They're plumbers.
I didn't know they were plumbers.
Happy's face when you said
I didn't know
2
they were
Italian plumbers.
I didn't know those guys were plumbers. Really? I thought those guys just climbed ladders to get the Donkey Kong. I didn't know that.
I'm looking at them now. Excellent mustaches.
Oh, very
Mario
good.
And
Yeah, very good.
Very good.
And they're great athletes, these guys. You
2 lovely mustachioed gentlemen. So.
Yeah.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN Los Angeles.
Feel the vibe, the speed, the adrenaline. The Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach roars back April 17th through 19th. It's a pulsating 200-mile-per-hour beach party. 6 races featuring the sleek MTT Indy cars, IMSA sports cars, and more. Saturday night, rock out with Kings of Chaos. Kids 12 and under free with a ticketed adult. Tickets at gplb.com. The Acura Grand Prix, April 17th through 19th. The Long Beach vibe is back.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. The Rams and United Way of Greater Los Angeles are excited to bring Walk United LA to SoFi Stadium this year on Saturday, May 9th. Join me and my family for the 5K walk run and help support our Los Angeles community. Registration is now open at walkunitedla.org, where you can sign up for Team Rams and learn more. Our team is only as strong as our city, and this walk is about uplifting all Angelinos in need. I can't wait to see y'all at the Rams house on May 9th.
And it is 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland. And you know it's time for Sports Graffiti on Mason and Ireland. This is where you call in and talk to the fellas.
877-710-ESPN.
That's right, that number is back. It's not a mistake. Big voice guy, do it one more time.
877-710-ESPN.
You get to talk to Mason and Ireland during Sports Graffiti, and we know everybody loves Mason and Ireland.
Rick Vega, I'm the reigning champ of the Mason Ireland Poker Invitational.
Gregory Mendez, Port Hueneme, California.
Why do you love Mason Ireland?
Why I love them? Because they're there every day for me. They're consistently giving out some funny takes, being goofy, and to be honest, we need it in a time like this, so I love it.
Let's do it. Sports Graffiti time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today. Sua Craven's in for him, but we're taking your phone calls on anything that you want to talk about, and Joe in Porter Ranch is our leadoff hitter. Hey, Joe, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go for it.
Hey, John. Class of 84 Bruins, and was really excited for the girls yesterday.
Me
I got to
too.
tell you, the 95 championship was really cool with Adell Bannon, but this whole story with the girls this year, it was just fairy tale, and, you know, just good for Betts and Hawkins and the entire team, John.
I think, Joe, thanks for the call. I think they crystallized, Sua, how in sports adversity can actually serve as a wake-up call. They got boat raced in the Final Four last year by UConn, and all those girls said, we're all coming back. They went out and got a couple of transfers in the portal, and they had a great coach in Corey Close, and at a time when the Lakers' season was crumbling. And let's face it, Los Angeles has been a mess. Politically, we're a mess. The city is in shambles. We were still not rebuilding properly from the fires. We needed a feel-good story, and those girls gave it to us, and good for them. If you're just joining us, Ann Meyers, who maybe up until yesterday was the greatest player in UCLA women's basketball history. We'll see if Annie thinks Lauren Betts may have passed her up, and Annie's going to join us today at 2:30. Here's Nick in Dallas. Hey, Nick, I was in Dallas last night. You're on Sports Graffiti. How you doing?
Hey, John. Yeah, thanks for taking my call. I just want to congratulate you on the Bruins winning it all. But I wanted to talk to you all about the Gino and Don, handshake. I just thought Don was out of line. I seen Don. Gino was out of line. I seen Gino coach since Rebecca Lobo was playing, and it felt like he was more focused on what Don was doing, which she was coaching her team. But he owes Don a direct apology. But also, he was also being selfish because he took away credit from Don winning that game. But if you really want to make it a story of it, he made a bigger storyline of that than UCLA winning the Final Four. And I just thought he was out of line and classless. And before I go, I'm not a parent, but I personally, after what I saw what Gino did, I don't know if I would let my daughter play for him. That's just my take.
It's interesting, Nick. It's interesting. Thanks for the call. It's interesting you say that, Sua. I think this is going to put a stain on Gino's legacy. I really do. I said it earlier when Emily asked me about it. That was a bad look all the way around. And what makes it even a little worse is it's from the greatest coach in women's basketball history. So we've seen him as a winner. But isn't that the definition of a sore loser?
Yep. No, I told you he's got 2 strikes with me.
Yeah. It just seemed to me that that's going to stick to him. Here's Josh in Redondo. Yeah. Hey, Josh, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Okay, for a couple things, and then I want to comment on the Lakers. First is the ticket holder was for the Dodgers, not the Lakers.
Yeah, I know. We said that multiple times, dude.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, sorry,
Go ahead, Josh. Yeah, it was for the Dodgers.
Okay.
81-year-old Dodger season ticket holder. He wants paper tickets. I tell him, go pound sand.
Okay, I apologize for that. Second one, I think Oklahoma City has proven they're a good NBA team, and they should stay because they sell out every game. The last thing I want to say is about Bronny James. Last night proved he should not be on the roster. He's just a waste of a roster spot. Why was Dalton Connect not there over Bronny? Is the G League playoffs that important to them that they had to have Dalton play in the playoff game? But
No, Dalton
Bronny?
was in. Josh, Dalton was in Dallas. He was dressed and
Did he play?
No.
Okay. Did he play?
No.
Well,
but that would
he
have, to your
should've.
point, it would have been an option had they done it. I think Bronny. The reason they play Bronny, Josh, over Dalton is that Bronny plays defense and Dalton really doesn't. But they need help. I mean, one thing, Sue, it's going to be interesting. We'll talk about this later in the show. They were going to be judged this year on how far they went in the playoffs, and they were going to build the roster based on that. That's out the window now because they don't have their team. So you can't judge JJ. You can't judge players. They're going to have to make decisions on the fly. Here is Eric in Long Beach. Hey, Eric, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey, John. Good afternoon. Hey, first off, I want to congratulate the UCLA women on that victory yesterday. Way to go, guys. Great game, great victory. But more important, this Lakers thing. I think these injuries to Austin and to Luka, it really highlights how Rob Pelinka is really, really not that good at his job. What has he done significantly in his tenure? What kind of acquisitions has he made to improve this team other than having Luka Doncic just drop in his lap? Everything else that he's done has, even his draft picks in the first round, nothing he's done gives anyone confidence or should give any of us confidence that he is the man for this job. The person that should have been super, super afraid when the Lakers sold out from under Jeannie Buss was Rob Pelinka, because now he does not have that security blanket of saying, well, hey, me and Kobe were best friends. I was his agent. I should get this job. Now he has to do this on his merit, and based on his track record, he is not good at his job. He will not be here for long. I hope he gets fired ASAP.
All right, Eric. Thank you for the phone call. Here, I'll defend Rob in this way. So Eric's point was Rob's track record isn't good and that the Lakers should get somebody else to do that job. And when they were 15-2 in March, Sua, was the GM a problem?
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, the two guys that got hurt, Luka and Austin.
Important. Yeah.
Austin was an undrafted, I'll say it again, undrafted free agent that Rob Pelinka called the second the window opened and said, come here, we're sorry you didn't get drafted, but we're really high on you. Come play for us. Austin's always remembered that, and that's why the Lakers are going to have the inside track to re-signing him. And the Luka deal did not drop into Rob's lap. What Nico asked for were all their draft picks. He asked for Austin, and Rob somehow, and I still don't know how he did it, pulled it off with giving them one draft pick. Yeah. He didn't give up Austin, and because of that, the Lakers have Austin, Luka, and LeBron, and that's why they went 15-2 in March. Now, all bets are off because of these injuries, but to blame Rob for this, I think, is misplaced. But, again, that's Eric's opinion is completely different than mine. Here's David in Fontana. Hey, David, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. Two things with the Lakers, wondering your take. First, in a weird way, I kind of think this almost increases LeBron's likelihood of returning specifically to the Lakers because of how hot they were in March, and now we're not going to know what they could do in the playoffs. Another thing, I think the only shot the Lakers have at getting out of the first round now with losing two of their best players is facing Houston. I do not think without Reeves and Luka we could take a Denver or Minnesota, and even with that, we'd probably need one of those guys to come back early from injury late in the series. What do you guys think?
I think your assessment is fair. I think the LeBron thing, Sua, is coming down to one thing, money.
LeBron's not coming back.
Where do you think he's going?
Cleveland.
Can Cleveland afford to pay him more than
I think
us?
that's the only place he'll take less money.
Huh. I think he would take less money to stay in L.A. He's a billionaire. He doesn't need money.
You think he wants to stay in L.A. after the disrespect that he's seen for the last 6 months?
Well, I think the disrespect is coming from the fans. I'm obviously on the inside over there, and he's revered in the building. Revered. I think that the people that hate LeBron are fans. And it's the biggest mystery of my Los Angeles sportscasting career. If you let's say you don't love LeBron, you're a big Kobe fan, and for whatever reason, okay, that's fine. But hate him?
Just be objectively
hate him. Like say he can't play. He had 39 and 15 last night. Without him, we would have got blown out.
You could have went on Twitter last night and saw Laker fans saying
every game.
It's because this is what a LeBron ran Laker team looks like.
Yeah, every game. Terry in El Segundo. Hey, Terry, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey, my question was kind of like along the same line, whether you thought LeBron would come back, being that they're not going to be able to see what will happen in the playoffs. I wanted your opinion, Johnny. You kind of answered, but just what do you think?
I think that if LeBron, okay, let's put it this way. I think if LeBron was willing to pay for $20 million next year, he would come back. The question is, would the Lakers be willing to go higher than that? Would they be willing to go 25 or 30?
I don't think they can to make their team better.
Yeah, is that the best thing, to get LeBron back to $20 million, and then you kind of probably don't get the role guys you need to make them better?
Yeah, but we've seen the role guys.
But we just saw in March how great they were, but then we saw them play the Thunder and got boat raced.
Right.
Even before we got injured.
Yeah.
So that should show you that those three and the guys they have right now is not going to go farther than the Western Conference Finals.
But let me flip that on you. If I give you the $30 million that you were going to give to LeBron and say you can give it to other people, who are you giving it to? You've seen how many bad players there are in the NBA.
And that's the problem, because you get rid of LeBron looking for these key role players, but then getting rid of LeBron means getting rid of 24, 6, and 6.
Yeah. So you know what? All these lines are jammed. Let's do bonus Sports Graffiti. It's a Monday. UCLA just won the championship. Well, if you're on hold, stay on the line. If you want to participate, 877-710-3776. 877-710-ESPN. More Sports Graffiti coming up next. First, let me tell you about Jacob Emrani. As you know, we love Jacob around here. And if you get hurt or injured in an accident, he's your first call. You're walking your dog in a park, just strolling through your neighborhood. You get bitten by a dog. Dog bites happen more often than you think, by the way. If your neighbor dog attacks you or your kids, you don't have to deal with that on your own. Call Jacob. 800-345-6789. You get an offender bender, particularly one that wasn't your fault, call Jacob. 800-345-6789. He'll give you a free consultation to review what happened. No obligation at all. And remember, you don't pay not 1 cent unless he wins your case. So you've been hurt. If you've been injured in an accident, put that number in your phone. 800-345-6789. 800-345-6789. The law offices of Jacob Emrani. More Sports Graffiti next, ESPN LA.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
Have you ever had a sneeze where you felt like you needed to sneeze?
I hate it, and you lose it.
And then you all of a sudden lose it, but
stare
you
at the sun.
Hold on, I need to sneeze.
What does staring at the sun do?
Go outside and stare at the sun. You'll sneeze right away.
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
Really?
Just look at it and go, whoop.
I don't want to sneeze. I already sneezed enough
I'll try that.
today.
Yeah.
And you're a multiple sneezer, too.
I'm a multi-sneezer.
Five.
Especially if you're right on the verge of having a sneeze, you look at that and say,
you'll go?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Nothing worse than losing a sneeze.
Like
I hate it. You know it's going to be a good one. One of those.
How great is it when you're out there walking by yourself or whatever, and you can just,
oh my God!
Just let
I'm
it
trying
rip.
to make it echo from coast to coast. Yes,
like a grizzly bear's loose in the neighborhood.
Absolutely. Back adjustment.
My sneezes sound like I'm doing karate. Like it's like a
well, you got that weird multiple thing going.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app and live on YouTube.
April brings showers, and I'm bringing soap. Lots of it.
Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Comedy icon Eddie Griffin takes the stage Friday, April 17th. Get your tickets now.
Number 2.
Get a 3-piece mixing bowl set the 14th when you earn 500 points on your rewards card.
And the number 1 reason.
Win a Polaris Razor Pro R Ultimate. Earn entries, play your favorite table games. Be here April 30th, 10 p.m. for your chance to win.
Morongo. Good times.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
Oh my, am I really on Mason and Ireland show?
Yes.
This is a great moment. Hey.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
We're going to do more sports graffiti, but John, I wanted to tell you about something I just thought of.
Okay.
So you're looking for a new show because you're
TV
nearing
show.
the end of
I'm almost caught up on industry, and Love Story, which you and I both loved, ended.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
right,
here's
what
a
do you got
show that
for
I
me?
think you'd be interested in. It stars Jason Bateman. And
Is this the St. Louis thing?
DTF St. Louis.
Okay, you're the second person who's told me this, and I love Bateman. I think Bateman's great in everything.
Linda Cardellini's in it. I think you'd like her. It is a...
Give me the elevator pitch. 30 seconds. What's it about?
A weatherman in St. Louis befriends the man who does the sign language for those broadcasts. He's kind of the sign language guy's kind of down on his luck, overweight, has a lovely wife, and weatherman starts hooking up with this guy's wife after they become friends. Then sign language guy turns up dead in the first episode. And so it's kind of like
where you go from there.
But there's a lot of layers.
Do we know who killed him? Does the audience know who killed him?
That's what you find out throughout the show.
Okay.
And I think you'd be really into it. So
right.
DTF St. Louis.
All right, I'll check it out. All right, more sports graffiti. Here is Sharon in Los Feliz. Hi, Sharon. What do you got?
Hi, John. You know what? Let me preface by saying Austin Reeves is my favorite player.
Me
bar
too.
None.
Me too.
Let me shed some light. The Blitz thing is kind of unusual for what he's got. And just think about this. He plays a lot of golf. I play golf. And I think that kind of adds a little insult to injury. In other words, he's a scratch golfer, man, and he's got 2 sports going. And I'm just thinking maybe that could that have weakened it a little bit? The fact that he's kind of overusing that muscle too. Do you think?
Well, Sharon, you know who played as much golf, if not more, than Austin when he was in the NBA? Michael Jordan. Absolutely hooked on it. Would play 36 holes a day and then go out and play at night. So I think it's almost a cop-out to blame golf. And I know Austin's not golfing now, while he's healing from this injury. But it's a fair thing to bring up, Sua, if you are using the same muscles. This is Michael's argument as to why NBA players should cross-train. In other words, when Michael played way back when the NBA season ended, he put his basketball shoes in the closet and he played tennis. He swam. He rode bikes because he wanted to use different muscle sets. So I think that's Sharon's point, and I think that is a good point. What do you think?
Yeah, muscle fatigue is definitely real. So golfing, it depends. I would like to think that it'd be more of his back would be an issue than it would be his oblique.
To ask. I think there are many people that believe you need to cross-train and use a lot of your muscles, but I wouldn't blame golf for it. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you for calling. Hey, 2 women in a row. Here's Michelle in L.A. Hi, Michelle. You're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey, John. Hey, Sue. What's up, guys? I just want to weigh in on Gino.
Okay.
Gino is a crybaby. He's a crybaby, and he got out-coached, and he was embarrassed. So he has 3 strikes in my eyes. The first strike, that mid-game interview where he intimated that South Carolina tore his one of the UConn's players'
Which
jersey.
did not happen. That
did not happen.
Yeah, Michelle, that player
Strike
tore
2.
her own jersey. But go ahead, strike 2.
Strike 2. At the end of the game, that whole exchange with Dawn, terrible look.
Yeah.
Despicable, the way he behaved. Strike 3, the apology. He didn't even mention Dawn's name. I hope he loses every recruit to the transfer portal. What is it, transfer portal? It's just a bad look, and I'm just disgusted by him, the GOAT of coaching.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. I think that's why it was so disappointing in that if this was just a coach who didn't win, we've gotten to see how he acts when he wins a championship.
Dancing.
And he's great to everybody and says all the right things. Again, a measure of a person is often how are they when things don't go right. And now we know Gino he's like the definition of a sore loser. Matter of fact, if Mason and I always joke that if we were playing password or catchphrase, Mason and I would be really good. Like if I just say loser, I know Mason's going to say Clippers. If I say sore loser, isn't the answer to that now, Emily, Gino?
I'd have to say so.
If you were trying to get somebody to say sore loser,
or that one tennis player that was complaining.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Here's Joe in Newport Beach. Hey, Joe, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey, guys, love the show. Regarding Luka and AR's injuries, if this doesn't show Adam Silver and the NBA that they need to reduce the number of games in the schedule, I don't know what will. If you look at the injuries, Luka with the hamstring, AR with the oblique, and even in the past couple of years with Jason Tatum and an Achilles, Halliburton with an Achilles, these are wear and tear injuries. They're not impact injuries like you would see in football where they blow their knee out. They need to reduce the number of games, and honestly, teams need to take it into their own hands. And, as unpopular as it is, they'd have to implement load management even more just to get guys healthy because these injuries are happening at the end of the season.
Yeah, Joe, it's not a bad point. I will tell you that every time I bring up the idea of shortening the season, playing fewer games, I get laughed out of the room. And that's by people in the NBA. They're just never going to do it. What my compromise would be is just get rid of the back-to-backs, all of them. If you back the season up 2 weeks, you can eliminate it. Lakers had 13 back-to-backs this year. They got one this week, Thursday and Friday. Just get rid of them. Just get rid of the back-to-backs. You can start the season 2 weeks early. And then at least we're giving players a better chance to recover. I've run this by Dr. Sims, the Lakers team doctor, and he said that's not going to completely fix the problem. It might help, so why not try it?
Money.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah, and what do I always say? The answer to all your questions, is money. All right, coming up next. This morning I heard about a trade. Emily told me about this trade the Rams might consider. And I think you're absolutely positively going to hate it. So I'll throw it at Sua coming up next. First, it's Kings game day. The playoff push continues as the Kings host the Predators tonight at home, speaking in Nashville. Pre-game coverage starts at 7, leads up to the face-off at 7:30. After the game, keep it here for Kings Talk with Sam Batesh, your spot to react and break it all down. Catch every moment on ESPN LA 710 and the ESPN LA app. Just tap the Kings play-by-play tile, home of the LA Kings. Talk a little Rams football next, ESPN LA.
Oh, Lakers fans! This is when we don't give up hope, and we gather around together to watch the Lakers against the Thunder Tuesday night at Kelsey's at Pechanga Resort Casino. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. at Kelsey's. We're going to party, watch the Lakers game together, win fabulous prizes, and cheer on our purple and gold. Here's what I want you to do. Go to ESPNLA.com right now. Click the Lakers Pechanga logo, make your reservation, and join us Tuesday night at Kelsey's at Pechanga Resort Casino with ESPN LA for an official watch party.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, and I quote, "Inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them." End quote. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
Don't worry, sell
Seller's Advantage.
Providence Realty, DRE number 019-15-21-2.
What's going on? It's Chris Morales. Here in Los Angeles, our water is filled with chemicals and chlorine. That's why I got a LifeSource whole house water system. LifeSource cleans and conditions water from every tap. Healthier water made easy. No salt, no regular maintenance, and no more harsh, skin-irritating city water. Ugh. Upgrade your water and your life with LifeSource. I did, and I'll never go back. For April, ask for the ESPN LA special. Get $500 off and free installation for new customers. Call 800-WATER-99 or visit LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource Water, it's not just better, it's essential.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. It's springtime in SoCal, and if you're still on those same old floors, make a power move with Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Millions of in-stock options. Hardwood, laminate, waterproof vinyl, carpet, even turf. No waiting on spring sales, just true wholesale pricing every single day. Extra savings for first responders, military, and veterans, plus price match. Hit the showroom right off the 5 freeway or check them out at HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No games, no gimmicks, because no spring sale beats wholesale.
You've said it before. This will only take a second. Just a quick glance. A fast reply. But on the road, seconds don't wait for you. They decide everything. Who stops, who doesn't, who makes it home. So next time your phone lights up, ask yourself, is this distraction worth a ticket or even a life? Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick.
And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Red Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
Hi, this is Devontae Adams of your LA Rams. The biggest show on the radio, this is Mason in Ireland. LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
I got options. I can pass that like Stockton. Just joshing. I'm spending this holiday locked.
All right, Mason in Ireland, Sua Craven's in for Mace. Join ESPN LA for a Laker watch party tomorrow at 7 at Kelsey's inside Pechanga Resort Casino in Temecula. Enjoy the game, score autographed Laker basketballs, and get your chance to win Laker playoff tickets. Spots are limited, so make your reservation now at ESPNLA.com. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, the official Native American resort and casino of the Lakers. I've played out there at that golf course. Have you played it?
Yeah.
It's great.
It's my home course.
Yeah, it's great. Great spot, Pechanga. If you have a chance to go out there, you should absolutely go for it. Okay, so we're going to talk a little football here, but I saw this story, and Emily, it made me think of you.
Interesting.
The reason is you're a Taylor Swift fan, and I got the feeling that if you just ran into anybody in the Kelsey or Swift world, like let's say you're on a plane, and Kylie Kelsey, who is Jason's wife, who I think is awesome. She does a podcast. She has 4 kids. She'll talk about anything. She's really fun, really pretty. I've just liked her from wherever. I think if you ended up next to Kylie Kelsey on a plane, you would, in making conversation, somehow find a way to bring up the wedding. Would you not?
No effing way.
What?
I would never do that because I feel like it's one of those things like you're expected to say, you're expected to talk about. And I would rather talk to her about, like, her stuff. I'd rather know about Kylie's stuff rather than her maybe soon-to-be
Well, you are smarter
sister-in-law.
than I. Because if I ended up next to Kylie Kelsey, I would go, hey, you got the big wedding coming up. Are you excited? That would be a terrible idea on my part. Not bad, terrible. And if you don't believe me, take it from Kylie Kelsey, who said this on her podcast this weekend.
Quit asking me and my mother-in-law about upcoming nuptials. Nobody's f***ing telling you anything. I don't have any details. I have no details. I have none. Look at that. That's how many details I have. None. Stop f***ing asking me. Stop f***ing asking my mother-in-law. TMZ. F***ing being creeps in the f***ing airport. Ew.
Sua? You end up next to Kylie Kelsey on a plane. You recognize her. Hey, Kylie, I'm Sua. I played in the NFL. Do you, at some point, bring up the wedding?
No.
See, I would. You guys are chickens.
No.
Brian, do you bring it up?
Oh, 1,000%. Maybe not off the bat, but it would
Well,
come
see,
around to
but
that.
I have different reasons why I wouldn't bring it up. I probably wouldn't recognize.
You might not.
I'll
You
just
not. You
be like,
probably
hey,
didn't
you gonna
know
eat
who
your
else looked
pretzels?
like.
That'd be the only question I have.
Okay, here's the reason why.
What if
I think
said this, Em? Would this get me in trouble? So, the big wedding is this year, right? Are you excited?
I don't think she wants to talk about that. Like, I'm
Maybe
not.
she
Well,
signed an
obviously
NDA.
not.
Yeah, I would even assume even before she would say this that she probably doesn't want to talk about it because it's the only thing that people want to talk about with her. But I think the issue here is people probably approach her a lot if they're gamblers because you can gamble on the Taylor Swift wedding,
I
the
didn't
date,
think about
location,
that.
etc. on Kalshi.
Kalshi.
So
Yeah.
there's also that she's probably being approached by people more than often.
I didn't think about that.
But I would just say,
That's
just
ridiculous.
like, let celebrities be, ask about their stuff if you want to, but if it's about their siblings and no thanks.
Okay, so here's the trade, Sua. Emily found this trade. Bill Barnwell, does he write for ESPN still, or is he at the Ringer now? Okay.
He's at the, ESPN, and he did like a thought experiment.
Okay, so he came up with some potential trades for every team. Here's the trade, Sua, he came up with for the Rams. The Rams right now have the 13th pick in the first round of the draft, which is later this month in Pittsburgh. He says the Rams should trade it to the Minnesota Vikings, give them the 13th pick, and in exchange, the Rams would get the 18th pick, so they would drop back 5 spots. They would get a third-round pick, so that's the 97th pick in the draft, but Les Snead's done really well with third-round picks. And here's the one. Quarterback J.J. McCarthy, who would then slide into the backup spot, not the starter, the backup spot
Okay, yeah, of
to
course
Matthew Stafford. Would you, first of all, would you do that trade if you're the Rams? Would you do it if you were the Vikings? What do you think of the trade overall?
The trade was automatically null and void when you mentioned JJ's name. The
Why?
trade is off. Why? I don't need your problem. I don't need your problem.
As a backup, I would say as a
He's
starter.
not good enough to be a backup. Unfortunately, I've been saying this for 2 years now. He was not good at Michigan. He was an
He
average
was very
quarterback,
much a system quarterback
on
wasn't
a
he?
team with the best defense in the country and the best running game in the
and
country.
Blake Corum rushing for
and
200
Donovan
yards
Edwards.
a game.
You had 2 running backs that went over 1,000 on that team. You had a defense that was the number 1 defense in the country. That was what Alabama's defenses used to look like that year. So JJ was never a guy that was supposed to go in a top rounds 1 through 3. He should have been a 4th or 5th round pick, and then we can have this discussion about him being a backup. But he's been boosted into a position where it
let me
doesn't work.
throw you a curveball. If I'm Les Snead, I do that trade without JJ. Just take him out of the deal. If you want to let me move back 5 spots,
just for
13 to
this
18,
one
and
pick.
you're going to throw in a third-round pick, the 97th pick in the draft, why wouldn't I do that?
Because they could think they could still get
If I don't think
Mekhi.
Mekhi's going to be there at 13, and if I don't think there's a receiver that rivals
What
Mekhi,
about the guy from Arizona State? Does he rival Mekhi?
I don't think Tyson's skill set matches what Mekhi can do. Mekhi is perfect for McVay's offense. He can run the yo-yo motion, the jet sweep. He can be the number 3 on quick bubble screens. If you have if you think Tyson's the guy and you think he'll be there, then yeah, make the trade. Collect another second or third round pick and draft another sleeper that you can add to your defense. But if you're sold that Mekhi is special, you don't give that up.
Emily, you're not as down on this trade as well. I'm kind of with Sua and J.J. McCarthy. You're not, and for people that don't know, Emily produces all of our Ram games for the station, so she's been at every Ram game for, what is it now, 6-7 years?
And I'm aware of Sua's thoughts about J.J. McCarthy, yes. But yes, for about 5 years.
Okay, so what do you think of that deal?
So I think it is a relatively cheap way to get a guy in your system who you can figure out if he could be a quarterback of the future.
He's better.
All right?
Wait,
so,
Sua.
No quarterback of the future.
Hold up, Sua.
Wait a minute. You would admit he's better than Stetson Bennett.
Yes.
I don't know. I would say I don't know.
We saw him in preseason. We saw Stetson in preseason. We know he's better than Stetson.
9. And I saw 9.
9 beat the Bears. And the Bears nearly beat the Rams. I'll just put that out
there.
there.
When he beat them early in the season when they weren't the Bears yet.
I don't know. To answer your question, honestly, I'm not just trolling. I genuinely do not know who I would take, Stetson Bennett or 9. All I know is Stetson Bennett's a proven winner. That's all I know.
All right, so
J.J. McCarthy, isn't he one undefeated and won the national
Did
championship?
he go undefeated? Did that number one defense and run game?
But Sua, the Rams
He threw for 200 yards one time in 6 games, his last 6 games in college.
The Rams have an incredible run game. He would have incredible receivers. He'd have Puka maybe still as his wide receiver. He would have Mekhi Lemon, and he'd have the McVay system. That system is incredible.
But McVay's system works because Stafford is a veteran quarterback that McVay might have a play call where I'm really not supposed to throw this ball, but because I'm so good, I can make it fit. And you had the perfect defensive play call on 3rd down, but we're moving the chains anyways. With JJ, instead of that being an incompletion at worst, it's a pick 6 or a sack fumble that has now either lost you the game or changed the game completely.
Let's say you're right. Okay, let's say everything you just said about J.J. McCarthy is 100% accurate. Wouldn't it behoove Minnesota to get him out of the building? They now have 2 other quality quarterbacks in that building. They have Kyler Murray and they have Carson Wentz, right? Why do you need J.J.?
You don't, but that's my problem. This is the
why
point.
Don't you admit we like one thing the Rams are good at? They'll cut bait pretty quick. Like if they find somebody that like they cut bait on Jared Goff after they gave him $100 million.
But they didn't cut bait on him, though. They trade him. They got in exchange for him.
They should have cut bait
With
on
JJ,
Tutu earlier.
They can't cut JJ because he's on a first-round contract. He's getting $30 million no matter what you do. Cut me. That's guaranteed, Playboy. So I don't need to play for the next 3 years. I'm getting this cash. And from teams on the outside looking in, why would I trade for a very expensive backup that is never going to play with no time soon, at least? Why would I do this?
Yeah, so, I don't love it, but I'm not a Jimmy G fan. I know you are. I think people and there's no guarantee Jimmy G's coming back to back up Stafford.
Yeah, that's where. So yeah, the Rams are kind of in a spot where they didn't get Kirk Cousins, so I think they actually would have probably taken over Jimmy G this year if Kirk had said yes to them. I think. I just at the end of the day, if Matthew Stafford isn't starting 15 games for us, they're already dead in the water. Like if he misses more than 2 games, it's not going to be good for the Rams in general. So I don't think the backup is nearly as important. But I think Jimmy G could come into one game and win a game.
All right,
coming up offense.
Coming up next, you may have noticed like you Netflix did a baseball game last week that wasn't really about baseball. At the Final Four this weekend, they did a segment where they put 8-9 people at the table and did a 3-minute Capital One ad. That's happening more and more in sports, and it doesn't have to happen. I'll explain why coming up next. Sua in for Mace. I'm John Ireland, Mason in Ireland. Let me tell you about BBGO. Watching a Laker game is more than just the game. It's the moments before tip-off, the people you're with, the food you're sharing and enjoying. That's why I love BBGO. It's perfect for at-home watch parties, settling in for a night of hoops. When it comes to Korean flavor, they go all in. Their food's bold, packed with flavor, but also comforting. Something for everyone. Bowls, dumplings, fried rice, you name it. BBGO reminds people what it feels like to go all in and eat like it too. You can find it at your local grocery store in the Asian and freezer aisles. And the best news is, next time you're at the grocery store, just throw a bunch of it in your cart. Then put it in your freezer. Then it's there whenever you need it, and it can just stay in your freezer ready to go and ready to answer the call whenever you are. BB, go for it and bring something different to the table.
What a win for the Kings on Saturday. 6-7 in overtime. And now it comes down to this. Tonight, Kings and Preds. Playoffs on the line at Crypto, 7:30 p.m. Kings and Nashville. And after the game, your chance to talk to me, Sam Boney, right here on Kings Talk. Tonight, Kings and Preds, 7:30 right here on ESPN LA. Your home for Kings hockey.
Feel the vibe, the speed, the adrenaline. The Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach roars back April 17th through 19th. It's a pulsating 200-mile-per-hour beach party. 6 races featuring the sleek MTT Indy cars, IMSA sports cars, and more. Saturday night, rock out with Kings of Chaos. Kids 12 and under free with a ticketed adult. Tickets at gplb.com. The Acura Grand Prix, April 17th through 19th. The Long Beach vibe is back.
It's about time delivery worked on your schedule. Same day. next day, or scheduled in advance. However you plan it, the Home Depot delivers the whole job. From drywall to doors, plumbing to paint, we'll get it there when you need it. Because on the job site, timing is everything. You order, we deliver. It's that easy. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Hey guys, it's Lindsay, and as someone who doesn't have time to overthink shopping, I love how simple my VisionWorks store in Santa Ana made it for me. The frames are organized by shape and price, and there was a great variety of frames to choose from. No matter what style you're looking for, VisionWorks has it. Scheduling my eye exam, though, that was easy with evening and weekend appointments at all locations. And here's the best part. The friendly and knowledgeable VisionWorks teammates are insurance experts, and they'll help you maximize your options whether you have insurance or not. If you want or need glasses without the hassle, VisionWorks makes it simple.
Harry Douglas here. I don't wait for birthdays to celebrate. I grab Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes like rich vanilla birthday cake with buttery funfetti goodness. Seriously, it's unapologetically extra in the best way. And it's sugar-free, so I get all that cake flavor without the guilt. It's tiny, portable, and ready for whenever I need a quick boost. I keep one with me because you never know when you'll need a little party energy. The funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Empower.
After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he can be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
The biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland.
Payoff pitch to Rojas.
Hey, this is Miguel Rojas from the Los Angeles Dodgers.
It's back! It's on its way! Out of here! Miguel Rojas!
You're listening to Mason and Ireland Show.
Mason and Ireland rolls on.
Today it's Sua in Ireland. Sua Craven's filling in for Mace, who's on vacation this week. I know that's shocking that Mason has gone on vacation. But Sua, opening day in baseball, about 10 days ago, was done on Netflix. And Netflix had never done a baseball game before. And Netflix has dabbled in the NFL. It's done some individual sporting events. They've done, like that guy trying to climb a skyscraper, and they've, they're pivoting towards sports. They're going to do more sports moving forward. And one of the moves their sports department made was they hired Elle Duncan, who was a mainstay at ESPN, hosted SportsCenter, did a lot of big events. Matter of fact, Elle did the women's basketball tournament every year until this year. And then when she went to Netflix, Christine Williamson replaced her. I thought Christine did a great job. Now, let me preface this by saying I've always liked Elle. I think she's great on the air. I think she's good off the air. I like her a lot. What she's missing here is that Netflix wet the bed big time when they did that baseball game. And here's why. It wasn't about baseball. If you tuned into Netflix, it was a promotional vehicle for the rest of the network. They gave an unlimited amount of time to Bert Kreischer, a comedian who just came in and yelled for a bunch of time. Every time you watched a pitch, it was a promotion for Netflix. I'm not begrudging Netflix. They paid a lot of money for this. Of course, you're going to use it to promote things. But Elle was very defensive when she was asked about it on Pablo Torre's podcast. Here's what she answered when she was basically answered, did Netflix blow it on opening night?
It was just so Netflix. It was not for baseball purists. Well, first of all, I come from a baseball purist mother who will watch 162 Braves games this year. Mm-hmm. She would have watched opening day if you would broadcast it on the fucking moon, all right? This was not for baseball like purists. You'll watch it anywhere. This was for the baseball curious. And we told you that coming in. Like, this is for, and in fact, a lot of what Netflix is doing in the sports world is, yes, for the people that are always going to watch those sports, but also for the people that maybe tuned in to watch Love is Blind, saw the button for opening day on Netflix and thought, all right, I'll check it out. And so I just think, like, listen, this is like going to a Mexican restaurant and then bitching that they don't have barbecue. They advertised as a Mexican restaurant. It's your fault that you somehow thought they were going to serve barbecue there.
I think she missed the analogy. I think it was like going to a restaurant and not getting any food. That's the difference. It wasn't a difference between Mexican restaurant and barbecue.
Yeah.
This was, and Emily,
I tuned in to watch a baseball game.
Right. My point is, you can invite Netflix fans and non-baseball fans to the party without alienating the hardcore fans. And they made no attempt to appease the people like her mom, who she said would watch 162 games. They turned it into a joke. I think she knows it because she's smart and she's defending her new employer.
Right.
But if they do that again, they're going to get hammered again.
Let me give a similar example. Okay, it's the Dodgers did it this past week with that with the Yoshi bobblehead night.
Okay,
because we have Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who goes by Yoshi as his nickname, and so they did a Yoshi from Mario Kart mixed with Yoshinobu Yamamoto bobblehead, and then they had Donald Glover throughout the first pitch, who is voicing Yoshi in the Super Mario movie, but it also he was wearing Dodger stuff. He's connected somehow. They made it seem more organic than it was if they just put out, if Yoshi did a Yoshi night at, a Brewers game. It makes no sense because they don't have a Yoshi on their team. I think the issue with me for the Netflix stuff is, like, if they had gotten somebody, if Bert Kreischer for some reason was from San Francisco, huge Giants fan, like I had my association with Bert Kreischer and the Giants in my head, then it would have made more sense. It just feels like it was forced on.
It would be like Affleck and Damon being put on a pregame show for a Red Sox game. It would have been great.
It worked for the Dodgers this year when they had Jason Bateman voice their villains promo.
Yeah, they have Bryan Cranston voice stuff for him all the time. He's a huge Dodger fan.
And Jason Bateman, we know, is a huge Dodger fan. We see him at games all the time. He is a mainstay. So it makes sense that he is connected. It's not just that they're trying to force something in there. Like, I would like Elle to tell me, give me one example of a real person who wanted to watch Wednesday and then happened upon randomly to watch MLB. I don't think that is anybody in this world. I think it's more likely that someone on Wednesday just wanted to watch Wednesday, and an MLB person came to Netflix specifically just for this game. I really don't think there's a lot of people that were just wondering upon. It's not like it's on cable. Cable is where you could stumble upon something. This, you like with streaming, you have to actively pick something, and that's not how it works anymore.
And by the way, the way they did the game indicated to me, I don't know who produced it, but I'll give you an example. When Amazon got a football contract, and everybody was worried, Jeff Bezos is going to blow this, and he's going to ruin the NFL football viewing experience. What they did was, they Amazoned it. They put the game on steroids, but it's all about football. They're running secondary feeds with massive amounts of statistics.
They use AWS,
They hired Al Michaels, which I thought was really smart, and they put him with Kirk Herbstreit, and they got Kaylee Hartung, and they got Carissa Thompson. Their pregame show is fantastic. The one with Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tony Gonzalez and Richard Sherman and Tony, it's great.
They're not trying to get us to watch Mozart in the Jungle while watching the NFL on Prime.
If there is
I'm tuning into Prime to watch Thursday night football, nothing else.
Right, and if you watch the way that Amazon has pivoted to basketball, okay, watch that pregame show with Taylor Rooks and Blake Griffin and Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki. It's different, but it's really good. And I think that they're welcoming in people that maybe aren't giant NBA fans, but they're also serving up something for the people who tuned in for basketball. Those two things are not mutually exclusive, and Elle seems to think they are.
It would be like if Prime had Walton Goggins come on their pregame show because he's on the show Fallout, which is one of their biggest shows in their broadcast, and they had Walton Goggins try to, yell during their pregame show. What does Walton Goggins have to do about basketball? Nothing.
And what Amazon would do is they'd put him on the postgame show with Carissa and those guys, and she would hit it and move. What that show's great at is they bring stuff up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes Fitz takes his shirt off or jumps on a table or gets into an ice bath.
They had Nikki Glaser do some roasts.
Right, but they were the Nikki Glaser segments were 1 to 2 minutes, and then they're done. Yeah. Elle's complaint would have been more well received had they made any attempt to broadcast a baseball game. They didn't. And she came right out and said it. This was not for baseball fans.
And you brought up this, the NCAA tournament, that desk that everyone's making fun of, where it has, 9 people on it?
And they turned it into a 3-minute Capital One commercial.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's one of those things that, yes, as our society is getting more homogenized, all these mergers happen, somebody else owns somebody else. It's becoming such a expensive industry where there's so much money at stake. There's going to be more cross-promotion, whether we like it or not.
It's coming.
We can whine and complain all we want about what happened with Netflix, but we are not executives and producers at Netflix. Therefore, nothing will change if we just complain about it, I guess.
Right. Well, I think that unless they're really stupid, and I don't think they are, they're going to tweak a lot of that stuff. If they don't do another game until the Field of Dreams game, and if they make that, what they did with the opener was they made the game the secondary thing. They need to flip it. They need to make the game the primary thing and then use all those Netflix promos to be the secondary thing, not the other way around.
I wouldn't say Netflix wouldn't listen, though. They saw a 15% downturn in revenue when they turned off family sharing, like household sharing.
Right.
So they're bringing it back. So I think that if enough people decide to, I guess, boycott the next broadcast of a sports game from Netflix, then they might start making changes.
And Netflix has so much money, and Amazon has so much money. They're the future of sports. They're
gonna buy the spots.
Yeah,
no matter what.
They're not going away. Yeah. But I hope they'll be. I hope they realize, and it doesn't sound like Elle gets it yet, but she's smart and she probably will. That you can keep the baseball fan happy and attract new listeners. They're not mutually
exclusive. Coexist.
The way she started that comment was, this wasn't for you. This wasn't for the baseball fan. Well, it needs to be. It needs to be for everybody, and they got to get better at that. All right, coming up next, we're going to do Fast Track. Brian's got some things for us. Emily's got some things for us. A reminder, and Meyers Ddale, the greatest player in UCLA women's basketball history, who was at the game yesterday, will come on to talk about the Lady Bruins. We're going to try and get Corey Close later in the week. They stayed up all night last night, so Emily reached out to them yesterday right after the game and said, give us a coach, give us a player. And they got back to her this morning and said, nobody's been to bed yet. We'll get you somebody later in the week. So we reached out to Annie, and she'll join us at 2:30. Sue in for Mason in Ireland, ESPN LA.
Mornings in LA start with Sedano and Cap.
And did you hear about Kyle Shanahan?
Well, that's the sound we're about to play.
Okay, jerk face, I'm working with you here so we can work in unison.
Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
See this? You don't have to be so snarky about it.
Well, I didn't know where we were going.
God.
That's why I set it up.
Sound,
That's what I was trying to do.
At least we're doing it together, like as a unit.
I didn't know.
Yesterday, I got called a doofus. Okay?
I didn't know we were working together on it.
And George told me yesterday, doofus is a much lighter, easier, sweeter.
Oh, yeah. No,
thing to
this
say.
was annoying because of it, just the tone.
Right.
Well, I didn't know if you were about to cut me off
I
or
can't
what.
tell that you're setting it up by the way you're talking.
Well, you didn't give us a lot on Aaron Glenn, so I thought maybe you were doing something else, so I was going to try to steer it. That's all.
It wasn't.
Trying to help you.
They signed the guy.
Listen, doofus.
The hell kind of question is that?
Yes, thank you.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN Los Angeles.
John Ireland here. You want a vodka that's championship caliber? Look for Blue Ice Vodka at Ralph's, America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce. Classic, Huckleberry, or double espresso. Blue Ice Vodka. Vodka with standards.
Welcome to Pacific Palms Resort, a full-service destination in the San Gabriel Valley. Stay in spacious, first-class accommodations with stunning views and savor an unforgettable meal at Red Restaurant and Bar, the hottest dining experience in the San Gabriel Valley, featuring culinary delights designed to excite even the most refined palate. Tee off on one of our 2 PGA-designed golf courses, a favorite among seasoned golfers, then relax at our Oasis Pool or indulge in a rejuvenating spa treatment. Discover luxury hospitality at its finest at Pacific Palms Resort.
Pros, just because something on the job runs out doesn't mean you have to. Order it on the Lowe's app. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get free same-day delivery on eligible orders over $25. Get the fasteners, hardware, or tools you need to keep the job moving. Order by 2 p.m. and get eligible in-stock items delivered right to your job site by 8 p.m. Members get more at Lowe's. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to availability. Restrictions and terms at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
You've said it before. This will only take a second. Just a quick glance. A fast reply. But on the road, seconds don't wait for you. They decide everything. Who stops, who doesn't, who makes it home. So next time your phone lights up, ask yourself, is this distraction worth a ticket or even a life? Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNLAcontests.com.
That's ESPNLAcontests.com.
The home of Rams football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
And it is 2 p.m. in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland.
And it is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
The return of Fast Track, driven by our friends at Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
Down low is 350Q, 3.25 horsepower, 4-speed, 410 gears, 10 coats of competition orange, hand rubbed lacquer with a blue plane manifold, open race cams.
Fast Track on Mason in Ireland.
Time for Fast Track. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today. Sue in for him. Zoom, Em. What do you got?
So on Saturday, something incredible happened between at the Oilers and Vegas game. So it was in Edmonton, and the announcer of this game on the broadcast came up with a very interesting. He was told a very interesting thing that happened during the game. Here is him talking about it.
Breaking news. We have word that someone has gone into labor here tonight. There's a baby being born on the 7th floor at Rogers Place as we speak. So someone's going to have a great story to tell. It would be nice to have the mother join us on After Hours to describe what's happened, but that could be asking a bit much.
So you guys both have kids. What would have been, again, conceivable that it could have happened, what would have been the worst place for your wives going into labor?
Well, at a sporting event, it's not good.
No, it's not.
But I'm trying to think of the worst. Probably in a car.
Yeah, in traffic.
Yeah, like stuck in traffic where you'd have to pull over. You'd have to get like a cop to deliver the baby. I would say that.
Because obviously this must have happened unexpectedly. Like she's probably not ready to pop and she's going to an Edmonton game. But I mean, maybe she is.
Well, I'll tell you a story. When my son Jack was born, his due date was Christmas. His due date was like December 25th. So we thought we were having a Christmas baby. And on the so we celebrated Christmas early. We did it on the 15th because we knew that if he came early, we wouldn't be able to participate in Christmas. So my parents were over, my brother was over, we did a big thing. And the next morning, I'm kind of half asleep, and I hear Lisa in the bathroom, and I hear her water break. Like it was as clear as day. Mm-hmm. And I went, okay, this kid's coming. He can't, so his birthday is December 16th. So it definitely can sneak up on you. We had no idea that he was coming 9 days early, but he did. So it can happen. I have sympathy for those people at the. And by the way, what he said was on the 7th floor, there's a hotel connected to the Sky Dome, so it's not as bad as it sounds. It wasn't It was at the 7th floor of the hotel. This baby was probably born in a hotel room.
So what about you? What would have been the worst place for your wife?
Yeah.
Did you have a surprise when your kid was born? Or
No.
Did you have more than one?
Yeah, I have 2. But no, no surprise. Both were expected and came relative.
On time?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Brian, what do you got?
Fast track.
All right, well, if you're looking for something to watch today with no Laker game, AD is back with his foul play with Anthony Davis. It came out last year, the first season, his prank show, pranking a lot of athletes. Right. They put the teaser out for today. It's actually AD and LeBron, and they're going to be pranking in this episode Draymond Green. And it is a pretty interesting kind of concept. It's supposed to be a $100 million kind of investment scam that they set him up as. But I got the question here. It's knowing that you're being recorded here, how would you feel to be on the opposite side? Like if you were the one getting pranked on TV, would you like that, or would you think it's funny, or are you pissed?
I've been pranked on a show before in Denver.
Oh, really?
When I got traded to the Broncos, and I guess they had like a famous sports host. His name was Vic, and he had a private show.
Yeah, Vic Lombardi is still there.
he picked me up from the airport. I'm thinking this is my Uber. My agent was in on it and everything, and he was asking me questions, and like they set up like a woman to walk by me, and thinking I'd like go talk to her. I didn't take the bait. Thankfully, I didn't take the bait to go talk to this attractive woman that mysteriously walks by our car as he's getting gas, and then they end up doing another bit on me before we get to the house, and then it's like they had brought the cameras out and everything. It was good fun though. It wasn't like a prank or anything like that.
By the way, it's Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. After back-to-back losses on the road, the Lakers look to bounce back in the final week of the regular season. Reaction Monday is brought to you by Michelob Ultra, superior taste worth playing for, the official beer sponsor of the Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. Did you guys see the big WNBA trade that just went down?
I did.
Angel Reese, one of the most popular players in the league who plays or used to play for the Chicago Sky, has been traded to the Atlanta Dream for 2 first-round picks. I like Angel Reese. I've always liked her. I don't know if she's worth 2 first-round picks. Emily, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think 1 is sufficient, maybe 2. I'm not as versed on the value of WNBA draft picks as I am with NFL and NBA, but I mean, she's a great player, and it'll help the Dream out, but yeah, it's expensive.
Speaking of basketball, did you see this weird thing going on with Giannis? Okay, so Giannis is playing in Milwaukee, but the Bucks won't put him in the games. They say he's not ready to play. Giannis says, they are lying. I am ready to play. I want to play right now. They keep telling me I can't. They're tanking. I don't want to tank. Put me in. So the NBA has opened an investigation in which Giannis is the key witness against his own team, against the Bucks. So here's my question. Once that card is played,
it's over.
He can't go back, can he?
No. I think I told you this on one of the shows I filled in on. When I had a grievance against Washington,
yeah,
it was understood before we settled anything. You're not coming back to Washington, first and foremost. So
right.
I think
once you played the grievance card, you knew.
Once I got to that
numbered.
courtroom and I was sitting across from my employer.
What was your grievance over? Money?
It was they essentially Washington accused me of faking an injury because they would have had to pay me and put me on IR, and they did not want to pay me, so they wanted to put me on a left squad non-football injury list to avoid paying me.
And you had a football injury.
And I almost went blind on their clock.
How did it get resolved?
Well, I had evidence, and
you won.
I won. Yeah, I ended up getting everything I wanted.
You won, but you knew your days with the then Redskins were numbered, right?
I knew my days with the Redskins were over when I found out they were accusing me of faking going blind.
So can I apply that same formula to Giannis? Is he there's no way to come back from this.
No, it's over. I mean, it's already been did he demand a trade? He never demanded a trade.
Yeah,
in fact, he did demand a trade.
He wants to look like the good guy. That's the thing that Giannis wants. He wants to look like the good guy, that he never asked for anything, that he would have stayed forever.
I brought a championship to the city.
Yeah.
But then it's turned into, well, I'm not happy because you got rid of my brother, and then they brought the brother back. Then they brought both brothers there, and now it's a Antetokounmpo sideshow in Milwaukee. But at the end of the day,
we would never know about that as Lakers fans.
Yeah, of course, so Giannis wants out, and Milwaukee wants return on investment. So they're going to find a way to get something for sitting Giannis.
Let me give you another example from the NFL. We just witnessed it. end of the Raiders season. Max Crosby wanted to play. They sat him out for the season. They wouldn't let him play in the final couple games because the Raiders wanted to lose their games. They decided that they want to trade Max Crosby for what they did. The Ravens back out of that trade, and Max Crosby's going to play again. I think there's a way in which Giannis could come back, just like how Max Crosby is going to come back and play for the Raiders.
Interesting. I don't know. To me, it sounds like it's over. I'm kind of leaning towards
Max
Sue.
Crosby.
But Emily, that's a good point. It looks like Max Crosby. One thing about Max Crosby is he's hurt, so he's harder to trade. Because even if you traded for him now, you probably couldn't play him for
he's
the
also
first
not
5
suing
or
the
6
Raiders.
games. Right. So,
I mean, he could sue the Ravens for the.
No, he can't. The Ravens were within the rules. What did they do?
Were hella shady.
Yeah,
the Ravens were
I
so
don't
shady.
disagree,
NFL, baby.
What rule or law did the Ravens break? They're allowed. They have a 3-day grace period to give him a physical. If he fails their physical, they can void the trade.
What rule or law did the Bucks break?
No,
their doctors approved, said that he is not ready to play. Giannis said he is ready to play. That's the similar situation.
That's true.
And so what is the NBA going to find? The NBA is not going to find anything. The NBA is not going to.
Well, then technically a
the
doctor's license is on the line if a doctor's saying, nope, he's not good. And if Giannis were to get a second opinion, which is his right outside of the NBA scope, and the doctor's like, I don't know what the hell that last doctor's talking about, he's 100% fine, then that
Ravens.
raises a problem.
Same for the Ravens.
Because the Ravens...
No, Neil Elitrosh said that there's nothing wrong, that Max Crosby is fine, and the Ravens said that there was enough that they didn't think they wanted to have.
But they're within their rights to do that, though.
Look at
it's
Luka.
not a doctor lying. It's them saying, our doctor is saying he wouldn't take the risk, so we're not going to, instead of it being a doctor's outright saying you can't do something.
Austin Reeves got second opinion about his injury, had Luka going across the world to get his injury looked at. I just think that there's ways of which people can get around these issues.
All right, coming up, more Fast Track. And a question about something I would never, ever have predicted would happen in Las Vegas, but it did. We'll get into that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, Sua in for Mace, ESPN LA.
It is Fast Track on Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, driven by Cerritos Auto Square.
And it is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
More Fast Track next.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
I tailor my music to my company. Don't you? Don't you guys?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. You can't play Tupac for everybody.
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
That's probably true.
That's
probably true.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to drive Uber for a little while.
Yeah.
Did you really?
I did. I drove
How did
Uber.
I not know that about?
I don't know. I was working here at the time too when I did it. I needed extra money, so I started working Uber. And I would always put on one thing, and everybody, no matter who was in the car, was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds good. I like that." Prince. It works
Universal.
no matter what. Everybody always liked it.
Universal.
Thought he was going to say Outcast.
DeAndre helped me move my car one time, and I was listening to Outkast. Man, I grew up in the 90s, dude. You heard that?
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app. And on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Not sure what to do this week? The answer is always COSM. Here's your COSM calendar for the week of April 6th. The NCAA Final is tonight, so don't watch this game on your couch. COSM features a massive 87-foot wraparound LED display, putting you right in the middle of the action. Experience every block shot, every three-pointer, and every thunderous dunk like you're in the game. On Tuesday, it's a World Series rematch as the Dodgers and Blue Jays face off at 4 p.m. in Toronto. Thursday, the Lakers head to Golden State to take on the Warriors at 7. Then Friday, it's the Battle of Texas with the Mavs and Rockets tipping off at 6:30. UFC 327 takes center stage Saturday, April 11th at 6 p.m. And don't miss Premier League Sunday at 11 a.m. with Chelsea and Manchester City hitting the pitch. Plus, enjoy showing throughout the week, including The Matrix, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Big Wave, and Mr. A by Cirque du Soleil. There's great food for adults and kids with bars on every level, including the Hall and Deck. Whether you're watching from the Dome or the Hall, your entertainment this week lives at Cosm. Visit Cosm.com for a full list of events. That's your Cosm calendar.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Sellers Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $20,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
Don't worry, sell happy with Sellers Advantage.
Providence Realty, DRE number 019-15-21-2.
You're sitting at a red light or stuck in traffic, and your phone lights up. Maybe it's a text, a video call, a new post, or a quick notification you think you can check in a second. It feels harmless, but the truth is, once your eyes leave the road, you're not really driving anymore. And traffic doesn't pause just because you do. That split second of distraction can throw off everything. Your reaction time, your awareness, your ability to avoid someone else's mistake. You could damage your car, injure yourself, or hurt someone you care about. Or you could get pulled over for a reminder that your phone isn't worth the risk. So before you start driving, make it easy on yourself. Put your phone on silent. Toss it in the glove box. Set it to Do Not Disturb. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
Fast Track. And it is Fast Track on 710 ESPN. Mason and Ireland on the all-new ESPN LA app, 7:10 a.m. and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Fast Track now back in the 2 p.m. hour on Mason and Ireland, driven by Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com. Once again, back to Fast Track and back to Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, zoom, Em. What do you got?
All right, so there's an incredible ending to not just the UCLA season in college basketball where they won the championship. We have the men's Division I championship tonight between UConn and Michigan. But yesterday also included the Division III championship. And why am I talking about this? It's because my UMW Eagles won the national championship. And why is it mine? It's because I grew up in Fredericksburg, Virginia, 10 minutes from this college.
What did you say, UNW?
UMW. So it's
What's
University of Mary Washington, who is George Washington's mother. And my grandpa went there, my dad went there, and my little sister went there. And so it's
I've never heard of this school.
It's Division III, so there's no reason for you to see it. But they're in the national championship last night against Emory. It's tied at 73 all in the waning seconds of this game, and incredible stuff happened. So play it, Brian.
In 5 seconds, goes to his left for the win. No, Mitchell's putback is good. Mary Washington.
It involved a kind of incredible series of plays that ended up with them coming at the end. It doesn't sound as incredible there because it's a Division III call, but it has an amazing shot at the end that goes in. I just want to give a shout out to University of Mary Washington. Go Eagles!
Wow, I thought I had heard of all these schools. Like, for example, I've heard of Emory, but I've never heard of Mary Washington. Now you know.
Mary Washington didn't have a lot of male sports for a long time. It was originally a women's college and then eventually turned into a male college. And they don't have football. They've got lacrosse, they got swimming, and they have basketball and volleyball.
All right, Brian, what do you got?
Fast Track. Some more news from college basketball today. Apparently, North Carolina is intending to hire Mike Malone, the NBA coach, championship coach with the Nuggets. And it kind of, what do you think about first the big name going to college, but then also UNC having supposedly Mike Malone and Bill Belichick after school coaching their sports?
Well, Sua, that's why I was surprised that they went back to the professional ranks, because Belichick, by most reasonable measures, has been a failure. I mean, I know he's only in his second year, but he doesn't seem to be enjoying it. They're not enjoying him. They don't beat anybody. And now they play the same card. They go to the NBA and get Michael Malone. Malone is a great coach, but he's a hard ass.
Yeah.
A lot like Belichick. So you were fairly recently a recruit. You have a choice to go play for any school in the country. Do you want to play for a hard ass like Michael Malone?
These kids, they got money. They have options. They're a lot more entitled. You know, it's hard to be a hard-nosed coach with kids that can up and leave in a heartbeat if you piss them off. So
right.
I don't know if that's going to work, especially when your team is 5 deep. Your entire starting 5 can leave.
Right.
And you have none of your – I think Tennessee's women's basketball team, they have nobody returning to their team as of right now.
Everybody's out.
So it's when that happening, I don't know if this hire.
I've always liked Michael
out.
Malone and think he's a really good coach. One of the reasons he got fired in Denver was that he hated everything and everybody, you know. And
they fired him, and he was the first seed, I think, or the second seed when they fired him.
And he had won the title like 2 years before that.
Who do you think is more of a curmudgeon pairing of coaches? Is it Gino and Dan Hurley? Or Bill Belichick and Michael Malone? Who is the bigger curmudgeon of the 4?
Oh, Belichick. Oh, if you pick one, I pick Belichick. But if you're asking me to pick one of the duos, Belichick and Malone are much unhappier than Hurley and Gino. Hurley and Gino, I could see actually enjoying their life.
Mm-hmm.
I think Belichick and Malone are only happy when they're miserable. You know?
I mean, he's not that miserable with Jordan Hudson. I think that he is quite happy right
now.
I also want to add one other thing, too, is that Michael Malone, I mean, there's something to be said about the development of those best players from the Denver Nuggets with Jamal Murray and with Jokic. Jokic was obviously not a first-round draft pick. He's somebody that you had to develop over time and get the most out of him as that team. So, like, what is it, 2018 when they got knocked out in the second round, but they took the Portland Trailblazers really deep. They played like a 4-overtime game. I think there's something to be said about Michael Malone's ability and great coaching ability to develop players.
Well, the other thing is Sua can comment on this too because it was him one day. Every elite high school player, and you were one at one time, every elite high school player thinks they're going pro, thinks they're going to the NBA, thinks they're going to the NFL.
Yeah.
One thing about North Carolina now is you got a guy who coached 6 Super Bowls. You got a guy who won the NBA title. If your goal is to get to the pros, Belichick and Malone, you could do a lot worse than because they know what it takes. They've had success at that level. I think that might work in their favor. I don't know if it's enough to make them successful, but won't that help them?
I don't know. Money changes so much that my thought.
You think it's the only thing that matters?
To me, my thought was I'm trying to go pro because, yes, I want to play in the NFL and be an NFL football player, but I need that cash. And with how much money's being thrown around now, I would want to stay in college as long as I possibly
Keep
can.
getting them checks.
Yeah, if you're going to give me $4 million a year because that's just the going rate for me to not transfer,
right?
Why would I turn this down? I have no expectations.
Yeah, like,
I can tear my ACL tomorrow, and you have to pay me that $4, and there's still no expectations for me in college.
Who was that quarterback that went from Georgia to Miami? Carson Beck.
Yeah.
Was making so much money in college and everybody said he might be an NFL prospect. We don't know. We're going to find out here in a couple of weeks. But
make more than he will in the
right.
NFL his first 2 years.
Yep. And so that's what you're talking about. All right. That does it for Fast Track. I want to ask you guys about this. There are countless stories about how Las Vegas is hurting these days. One of the reasons is they've made the prices too high. You used to be able to go stay in a hotel in Las Vegas for $20.
Hotels are way too expensive.
Now,
in Vegas
if you want to go
now.
stay at even a bad hotel in Vegas,
like
it's
$200.
minimum $200-$300.
Yeah.
But even then, Sua, and the restaurants are now expensive. I never thought I would see this. An influencer was asked by a Vegas casino to go change her outfit because it was too racy. Think about this. This is in Las Vegas, where showgirls are walking down the street basically in their underwear.
The ranch is down the street.
Right. When cocktail waitresses are dressed, I mean, they're half naked. The people that work at the hotel. Vegas is now telling people to go change their clothes because they're too racy. Isn't it Vegas still? Is it gone that far?
I'm not a Vegas guy. I don't party or drink or do any of that stuff, but hearing somebody was reprimanded for their clothing in Vegas does not sound on brand.
Brian, did you ever think you would see the day that a woman in Las Vegas was asked to go change her outfit because it's too racy? That's where you go if your outfit is too racy.
Right, exactly. Never to that point. It's everywhere. It's on the streets and all that stuff. So it's surprising that they've taken that step now.
Emily, what's your thoughts on this? Can you, they asked a woman to go put something on more appropriate. the nickname of Las Vegas should be inappropriate, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I think they're having an identity crisis in what their marketing is to people. Like, if you're marketing, this is a place for you to Sin City. This is a place for you to gamble, for you to, do all the things that you can't do at home. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And if you're trying to actively work against that, I think you're having a marketing issue for your city. But if they're trying to change their brand to like, oh, come see the Sphere. This is their entertainment capital of the world, not adult entertainment, but entertainment capital. They're having an issue of what they're trying to sell to people. And, younger generations are drinking less, smoking less than the previous generations.
Going to Vegas less.
Yeah, so there's
our
less
generation
options.
just doesn't want to go and spend $4,000 for a section to spend $900 on a bottle you can get for $80 at the gas station or at the liquor store.
Yeah, there's no way. I'm not a Vegas person. I will never go to Vegas out of my own volition.
I used to be, but now I don't go hardly at all because it's so friggin' expensive. I mean, you can go to Vegas and if you're going to gamble, you're going to lose even more. You can go to Hawaii now for what it costs to go to Vegas between the hotel rooms and the restaurants and everything else.
I've been to Vegas 3 times in my life, all for work.
And you're not itching to go back?
No.
Yeah, I like it.
I
go every year for the Lakers. They play a preseason game.
Summer League.
In Vegas every year. And I used to go to Summer League. I haven't gone in a long time. All right, coming up next on the show, Ann Meyers Ddale is going to join us. I've known Annie for a long time. She is, put simply, the most accomplished women's basketball player ever. She was the first woman ever to get a 4-year college scholarship when she got a scholarship to UCLA in the 70s. She led them to a national championship. Back then it was AIAW, before the NCAA even had women's sports. She actually tried out for the Indiana Pacers. I think they should make a movie about her life. And yesterday, for the first time in her life, the most accomplished women's basketball player in UCLA history watched UCLA win the national championship to win their first ever NCAA title. Annie was there with some of her teammates from that 70s championship team. She now works for the Phoenix Suns, does a lot of broadcasting in them. She used to run the Phoenix Mercury. She used to be the GM of the Mercury. So she knows more about basketball than almost anyone I know. She'll join us next. Sue Informe, I'm John Ireland, ESPN LA. Oh, Life Source Water. I have this in my house. I'll let you guys in behind the curtain. Normally, when Mason and I do these commercial reads for people, they got to pay us money. Life Source came to me and said, we don't want to pay you money. We want to give you a Life Source water system instead. I said, I'll take it. And ever since then, my life is better. Here in L.A., our water is filled with chemicals and chlorine. That's why I got the Life Source whole house water system. It cleans and conditions water from every tap. So you're getting healthier water throughout your entire home. And the best part, it's easy. No salt, no regular maintenance, no more harsh, skin-irritated city water. And I'm telling you, once you upgrade, you'll notice immediately. Better showers, better drinking water, just better all the way around. Upgrade your water and your life with Life Source. I did. I'll never go back. For the month of April, make sure you ask for the ESPN LA special. You'll get $500 off, plus free installation for new customers, but you got to ask for it by name. Call 800-WATER-99 or visit lifesourcewater.com. Life Source Water, it's not just better, it's essential. Offer ends April 30th. Warranty limitations apply. Ann Meyers next. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
What a win for the Kings on Saturday. 6-7 in overtime. And now it comes down to this. Tonight, Kings and Preds. Playoffs on the line at Crypto, 7:30 p.m. Kings and Nashville. And after the game, your chance to talk to me, Sam Boney, right here on Kings Talk. Tonight, Kings and Preds, 7:30 right here on ESPN LA. Your home for Kings hockey. Hey, everybody, it's Cappy, and I know that a lot of people around are getting sick right now. You are not imagining this. It's real. Doctors have said this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. And listen, I was just away visiting some friends up in Mammoth, and everybody was coughing and sneezing, and I don't know about you guys. I can't get sick. I'm sure you can't get sick. So now what I've done is I've ordered a medical emergency kit. Now, when you have a medical emergency kit, it's like having an urgent care or a pharmacy right in your home. No waiting for a doctor, no hours at urgent care, no lines at a pharmacy, no copays. I'm telling you that you get things like a generic Z-Pack to help you get well faster and handle what are really a bunch of common and in some cases more serious illnesses. But let's get you and your family to have this care kit in your home. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in just minutes, and it's shipped to your door immediately, and we'll save you $45 when you use our promo code 710. It's urgentcarekit.com/710, urgentcarekit.com/710, and you're saving $45.
Mornings in LA start with Sedano and Cap.
Just back up for one quick second. You know, everything he said about referees wanting to get on TV, leave that to me, Puka.
Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
Okay, I subscribe to the same theory, and let a loudmouth like me tell everybody that NFL referees call penalties so that they can be on TV and they can show off that they've been working hard in the gym on their biceps. And also their grandchildren are watching, and they told their grandchildren they were going to be on TV, and their grandchildren told all their friends, and everybody's watching the game. Nobody cares about the game. They're just waiting for grandpa to show up as the referee and be on TV. So yes, Puka, I agree with you. Referees call penalties, get their faces on television. We agree on that. But leave that for me. Don't you say that, because you get fined for saying it. For me, they hype me up for saying that kind of stuff.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN Los Angeles.
Hey, sports fans, the ESPN app has all of ESPN all in one place. The ESPN app is your home to thousands of live events, ESPN shows, and originals across every ESPN network in service. And now you can check if you already have ESPN Unlimited as part of your TV package for no additional cost. Visit activate.espn.com to learn how to access your account or sign up, then start streaming in the ESPN app. It's all of ESPN all in one place. Sign up or activate now.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
We talked about it, about switching Mason Ireland to Ireland and Mason.
Oh my God, that just wouldn't
and
even
Mason
sound right.
lost his mind.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
no, that's why I made $1 more than he did.
He makes $1 more than me.
We negotiated that 30 years ago.
Yeah, and it's worth it every single year.
Mason and Ireland, right now.
Turn this up. One shining moment, and it happened on Sunday. UCLA wins their first ever NCAA women's basketball national championship, but it's not their first national championship ever. That was in 1977 when it was something called the AIAW, and the leader of that team, and arguably, it really wasn't much of an argument until maybe yesterday, the most accomplished women's basketball player in UCLA history, and that's my friend Ann Meyers Drysdale. Annie, I was so happy for you to see you there and get to see in person. I know you spend a lot of time in Arizona, but first of all, thank you for doing this. And what was that like for you? I saw you were with some of your teammates. What was yesterday like?
Well, first of all, it was 1978.
Okay,
so
thank you.
We won the national title. And the NCAA needs to get it straight. It doesn't matter whether it's four letters that say NCAA or AIW. They're all important.
Right.
And but I will say I felt such pride and great emotion. This is their team. This is their legacy. And being at the Final Four last year, and they did not do well, but certainly a first time. But there was such, watching this team all through the season and knowing what they're capable of accomplishing, John, it was so wonderful to see. Corey Close, I think, has been one of the prominent coaches throughout our game for a long time, not just at UCLA. But I just couldn't be more happy that these young women were able to celebrate the 2026 championship.
John was talking about last year's game against UConn and how that had lasting effects that kind of pushed this team towards winning this championship. Do you agree with him in that stance? Do you think last year's championship game or last year's semifinal game played a role in pushing them over the edge to get it done this year?
Well, the fact that they got there last year was pretty amazing because they had 6 people leave from this last year's team that was at the Final Four. And I do recall that, my freshman year was 1975 when my brother David was at UCLA as a senior, and they won their last championship for Coach Wooden in 75. And so we didn't make it to the tournament. I had expected to at my freshman year. I expected it my junior year and my sophomore year. My sophomore year, I was on the first women's Olympic 76 Olympic team, and as a matter of fact, we just celebrated our 50th anniversary there at the Final Four.
Great.
But so it was a lot of disappointment not being able to go to the finals, and then find out that the finals were going to be at UCLA, and we lost 3 games at back in New York, back in Maryland, and back in North Carolina to start out the season. So I'm devastated, but you're right. Losses do help you be more focused. And certainly the players that came in this year for Corey, with Dugalich coming back and sacrificing, saying I'll come off the bench when she was a starter all year last year, and a year's experience of all these juniors of what they experienced last year, and then coming in this year and golly, their defense was so amazing all season long. 30% and 29% for both those games in the playoffs. But, they held only 3 teams scored over 70 points on them this year. And they were 2-1 in those games. And then to come back and beat Texas like they did, like a drum. I mean, Jaquez was, I was so proud of Lauren. Lauren was MVP, but Jaquez could have gotten it too. She held Booker to 2 points all through 3 quarters. And they had such a tremendous game yesterday against South Carolina. Just everybody sacrificed for each other, and they're such a team of sisters.
Ann Meyers is our guest, Ann Meyers Drysdale, who was there yesterday. I'm mad at you because when they showed you, I know you had to wear your Hall of Fame red, but seeing you in red freaked me out a little bit. Did anybody give you a hard time? Did you at least have blue and gold on underneath the Hall of Fame red?
You and me both. Actually, USA Basketball, it was our 50th anniversary.
So that was the red. Okay.
Olympic team. So all my team, there were 7 of us from that Olympic team. We were all in red. They introduced us in between the first and second quarter, and I absolutely had my UCLA blue and gold on underneath, and I pulled the red shirt up to show all the Bruin alumni and fans, and to make sure that and as soon as we were off the court, yes, that shirt came off.
Annie, I said to Sua before, when I knew you were coming on, that I still think you're the greatest player in UCLA women's basketball history. Your resume is impossible to eclipse. But would you be comfortable having me put Lauren either right behind you or right next to you, Lauren Betts, with the way she played over the last 2 years?
Well, you have to remember, Denise Curry is the all-time leading scorer at UCLA.
Yeah, your teammate.
Olympian and
your teammate.
A 3-time Hall of Famer or All-American. So, the one thing that Corey is doing such a great job is recruiting, and not to say that Kathy Olivier and Billy had some unbelievable players too, but just look at that starting 5, and Dugalich coming off the bench, and then Sienna, Betts, hopefully she stays down with this nil. Who knows with any kid today? As I said, Corey lost 6 players from last year's team, 6 players. And to be able to do what she did was pretty awesome.
You mentioned Corey Close is somebody that you respect and was the right coach for this team. Why, Ann? Why? And we're talking to Ann Meyers Drysdale. Why was Corey the one who was finally able to get him over the top? What do you like about her as a coach?
Well, really, Nikki Caldwell came in. Nikki Caldwell was the coach a couple of years before Corey, and Corey was still down at Florida State. Nikki was supposed to be the coach that was going to be there a while, but my understanding that she didn't get paid. Right. I think she was working to get money for her staff and so forth. So some other schools came in and offered more money, and she left to go to LSU. And certainly I think the search went out to see who they were going to bring in. And Corey, who's from California, and I called her games when she played at Santa Barbara and knew she was a terrific leader then. But just her presence and understanding who Coach Wooden was, and had this unbelievable relationship with Papa. And when she was assistant coach at Santa Barbara, she would bring her team down, and they would all meet at Papa's apartment. Corey was a sponge with Papa. And I think, knowing the pyramid of success, and she has her own, core values and so forth. She has just stayed true to herself. And when she came in, Rafer was very supportive. Myself was supportive. Sue Enquist and the coaches that were there, Condos and so forth. So, Corey's really established herself as not only the women's coach, basketball coach at UCLA, which we've had some great coaches in all our sports, but, she has stayed true to her players and has invested in them, and as people, not just as basketball players, but as people. And I think that's the one thing I really enjoy watching her interact and communicate with the players and how much they love and respect her.
We're talking to Ann Meyers Ddale. Okay, Annie, a couple of things I thought about after I watched that game. Gabriela Jaquez, you talked about her, was all over the place. She was just fantastic. And Jaime had gone to the Final Four, but they came up short. You mentioned you and your brother David. You guys both won national championships at UCLA. To your knowledge, have siblings ever done that since? The Jaquez's came close, but are you the only ones, you and your brother Dave?
Yes. And, Cheryl won it at USC. Reggie did not win it. They won the NIT at UCLA.
Right.
But I can't think of any other
Either can
brothers and sisters. But more and more, there are more brothers and sisters that are playing in the WNBA or NBA and so forth. I mean, Candace Park and her brother, and there's quite a few others. But, no, we're the only ones.
Yeah, good for you. And I always think about, man, if you would have come
Thank
along.
you, John.
If you would have come along later in life, Annie, I say this to Michael Thompson all the time as he's watching his son Clay make millions, burying all those threes. Annie, if you would have come along today when I saw that new CBA for the WNBA, I went, Annie didn't even have a pro team to go to. I mean, it took 3 years for them to even come out, and then the league kind of faded out. Do you ever shake your head at what women's basketball has turned into, or are you proud of it?
Well, I'm a product of Title IX.
There you go.
Got the first scholarship at UCLA, and very proud of where I came along. I was the number 1 draft pick with the Houston Angels and got traded to the New Jersey Gems and played in the first women's professional basketball league, the WBL, and was MVP. But they used to ask Don this question all the time. And
your husband, Don Drysdale, who
yes,
you were married to
they
for
would
years.
ask Don this question. Oh, don't you wish you were playing today? Look at the money these guys are making. And he looked at him and said, Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams, Sandy Koufax, Bob Gibson, just went down the list. It was like going, yeah, we're born when we're born.
Yep.
And certainly Don and Sandy changed the scheme as far as salaries for pitchers back in the day.
Sure did.
And I think my tryout with the Pacers helped change the idea that women could make more money. And I'm so proud and excited for these women standing up and working out the CBA and what they're going to get paid.
Good for you. And I'll leave you with this. The last time I saw you, I said, and I want to put this out, Annie, as you know, Mason and I have been on forever. And a lot of Hollywood types listen to us, the people that make TV shows and movies. And I'm waiting for someone, and I know you've had conversation about this. You mentioned that you had a 3-day tryout with the Indiana Pacers. And so I think your life story needs to be made into a movie. Is there any traction on that? I know you've had conversations over the years, but now that women's basketball has taken off, now that UCLA basketball is on the front burner, is there any? Are you still hopeful that might happen one day?
Sure. I mean, I've tried for the last 20 years, and now it's interesting the different places that we've gone to and tried to get that, not just to try out with the Pacers, but they just, it's not relevant. It's not relevant kind of thing. So, we keep trying, and that's all you can do. I mean, I don't give up.
Good.
I definitely do not give up on things. And you and I have been friends for a long time, so
yeah, I'm pulling for you. I think. Well, I mean, there's so much they could put into that movie. Sue, Annie won the. Remember the Superstars, the competition where they bring all the athletes. Annie won the women's Superstars 3 times. I mean, and
competed. I also competed in the men's Superstars.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to remember. You've told me before, but I don't remember when you tried out for the Pacers. Were they nice to you, or did they try and rough you up?
Well, it was very difficult. My whole life I've been playing against guys on the playground,
right.
Not just basketball, but other sports. So what I was doing was nothing different. And for the guys, it was really hard. Slick Leonard came out to California several times to try and talk me out of it. But I wasn't going to have it. And so when I got there, it was more difficult on the men than it was on me, because if I made if they blocked my shot, it's like, oh, no big deal. It's only a girl. And if I made a shot, it's like, oh, you let some girl beat you. And so they were intimidated, but Jack McCloskey was an assistant coach at the time, and he called us all over, I think, in the second practice. And he just, with very salty language, just said, hey, she's out here for a job just like all you guys. So you better start playing and not be intimidated and don't be careful, kind of thing. And I think that really helped the guys relax a lot. And, I've been roughed up a little bit playing and so forth, but you just get back up. You get back and play.
Yeah, that's your whole career. I mean, that really is. I mean, like you said, you and I have known each other forever, but you were the first person I thought of. I was so glad when I saw you there. And by the way, Annie, these girls have affected
women.
Oh, thank you. They have affected the whole city. I mean, it's been a weird year around here, and it was a weird weekend. The Lakers kind of cratered all at once. I know how closely you follow the NBA, and their two best players get hurt. Their prognosis does not look good. We've had USC. We lost Juju this year, who's a wonderful player who I know you've met. And
my goodness, she'll be back. She was out here working out with the USA team, and she's wonderful.
Yeah. And so USC, there was just kind of a cloud over the sports scene, and it just lifted yesterday. These women, thank you for correcting me, were so easy to root for. And
they were, just their personalities and how much they care for each other, and the dancing and doing the TikTok stuff, and this is the social media today. And that's one reason I'm glad I'm not playing today.
You and I would probably be canceled. I
was with Cheryl
media.
Miller this weekend. Cheryl's like my little sister, and God love her. She goes, hey, if I was playing today, I'd be all over TMZ. Don't even go there. I don't,
Right there with you guys. Yeah, right there with you guys. Well, listen, I'm glad you got to enjoy it in person. Thank you for doing this, and you were a big part of this, Annie. You started this.
Well, once
at
a Bruin,
UCLA.
always a Bruin.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you for
John.
doing this. I'll see you again soon. All right, there's Ann Meyers Drysdale, who. As she mentioned, was forced to wear red in honor of USA basketball. And then took it off after they recognized her. God bless her. Game of Games coming up next. It's my game today. We'll play it next. ESPN LA.
Hey, sports fans. It's Sua Cravens, and I want to tell you about one of my go-to spots, Wild Fork Foods Meat and Seafood Market. Whether you're grilling at home, hosting friends, or just stocking up for the week, Wild Fork makes it easy to find exactly what you need. They've got everything from everyday proteins and sides to over 40 types of grinds, plus a huge selection of seafood and even exotic meats to switch things up. What really stands out to me is the variety and consistency. It's the largest selection you'll find in one meat and seafood market, with quality you can trust and prices that make it easy to shop whenever you want. With 12 locations across LA and Orange County, or the option to order online for quick, convenient delivery, you're never far from a great meal. Check them out at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, quality meat, wild prices.
Purple and gold-blooded. The Lake Show play here.
Tomorrow, the Purple and Gold are back at Crypto.com Arena, and the Lake Show are looking for some payback on OKC.
Grab by LeBron, grab by Arabia, ahead to Reeves, alley-oop to LeBron, slam dunk, highlight play of the month.
Lakers Thunder from downtown LA. Coverage begins tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Every dribble, every dunk. This is the home of the Lakers. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
It's about time delivery worked on your schedule. Same day, next day, or scheduled in advance. However you plan it, the Home Depot delivers the whole job. From drywall to doors, plumbing to paint, we'll get it there when you need it. Because on the job site, timing is everything. You order, we deliver. It's that easy. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
First show on the radio, and it's all I listen to all day, and every day I can't wait to listen to you guys.
That is so nice.
So nice, you man.
Mason and Ireland.
These guys are a whole bunch of fools.
Back to the guys.
All right, time for Game of Games, and joining us is a man we have missed because he was on vacation last week. DeMarco Farr is back, rested, ready. D-Far, good to see you.
I don't
How
know
you
about
doing?
the rested part, but I'm back.
You
Take
just
it
told
easy on me.
You just told me that you had a great week of rest, relaxation up in the mountains.
I was with 100 kids under the age of 11.
I take it back. I take it all back. All right, Sua Cravens is in for Mace. Emily's here, Brian's here. It's my game today. What are the Game of Game standings, Em? You got them?
Game of Game standings. I had them a second ago, but I believe no one's had multiple wins.
Okay, good. So it's wide open. And tonight is, of course, the NCAA championship game in Indianapolis. The UCLA women won it yesterday. The men going tonight. So this is a quiz about the NCAA tournament. Here we go. 4 players. Brian Cohen, Emily Hebel, Sua Cravens, DeMarco Farr. BC, we'll start with you. UCLA has the most NCAA championships in basketball with 11. Which school is second on that list with 8? A, Duke, B, Kentucky, C, North Carolina. Duke, Kentucky, or North Carolina?
North Carolina.
Okay, Emily.
Kentucky.
Sua.
North Carolina.
DeMarco.
Powder blue, North Carolina.
Emily is the only one who got it. It is Kentucky. They have 8 national championships. They used to win them all the time in the, before they let black guys play. They piled a lot of them.
Glory Road
By
is
the way,
about.
there is a great movie called Glory Road.
Yes,
if you've never seen it, where
you don't back down ever.
Yeah, Adolph Rupp was coaching at Kentucky, and Pat Riley was one of the guys on his team. Pat was a technical advisor for the movie. An all-black team from the University of Texas, El Paso.
Yeah.
Met Kentucky in the final and blew them out. And that changed college basketball forever. That was in the middle of John Wooden's run. It was in 1966 that UTEP won that title. Okay, next one. Em, coming to you. Which school won the first NCAA men's basketball title ever played back in 1939? A, Oregon, B, Columbia, C, Ohio State. Oregon, Columbia, Ohio State.
Show me Columbia.
Okay, Sua.
I'm going to go Columbia.
DeMarco.
Columbia.
Brian.
Sure, Columbia.
Y'all missed it was Oregon. I knew if I put
Oregon has a championship?
in there,
Oregon has a championship?
Trip you guys.
I would
all
have guessed
up and
like
it
Princeton if you gave it to me blank.
Oh.
Okay. Sua, this one to you. Which player holds the record for most points ever scored in an NCAA tournament game? Not it can be any game, not the final. With 61. Okay. A, Bill Walton, UCLA. B, Pete Maravich, LSU. C, Austin Carr, Notre Dame. Walton, Maravich, or Carr?
Maravich.
DeMarco.
I'm going Carr.
Brian.
I'm going Carr as well.
Emily.
Maravich.
It's Austin Carr, a record that still stands today.
The only guy we hadn't heard of.
Exactly.
Which means, do you, Sua, know about Lucky Loser?
Yes, I do.
All right, you're the only one eligible for it. Right now,
should I aim for it?
Brian, Emily, and DeMarco
Lose on purpose.
all have a point. Okay, so we come to DeMarco on this one.
All right.
These 2 schools have met a record 10 times in the NCAA tournament. Is it A, Michigan State and UConn, B, Kentucky and Marquette, C, UCLA and Gonzaga?
Oh, my God.
Michigan State, UConn, Kentucky, Marquette, UCLA, and Gonzaga.
It seems like UCLA and Gonzaga were always bumping heads in the tournament. I'll go that way. UCLA,
Okay.
Gonzaga.
Brian.
UCLA, Gonzaga.
Emily.
Give me the Michigan State one.
Michigan State and UConn. Sua.
Michigan State, UConn.
Y'all missed it. It's Kentucky and Marquette.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they've met 10 times. All right, so everybody's got one except Sua. He has none. So he's the only one alive for lucky loser. Emily, Mike Krzyzewski at Duke holds the record for most tournament wins ever, 101. Who is second on that list? A, John Calipari, B, Tom Izzo, C, Roy Williams. Calipari, Izzo, or Williams, Emily?
Izzo.
Sua.
Calipari.
DeMarco.
Got to be Roy.
Brian.
Calipari.
We have a new leader, and the new leader is DeMarco
Yeah,
Farr. The
gotta be
answer
Roy,
is
yeah.
Roy Williams.
Yes.
Because remember, he did it at Kansas and at North
Been
Carolina.
around forever, yeah.
Right. Okay, so DeMarco now has the lead. All right, Sua. You're still alive.
Yes.
For Lucky
Yes.
Loser.
Yes.
Which one of these future Hall of Famers was never named as the most outstanding player of an NCAA tournament? A, Michael Jordan, B, Magic Johnson, C, Jerry West. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, or Jerry West?
I think I know the answer. But do I want to be Lucky Loser?
It's up to you.
I guess I'll go Jerry West.
Okay. DeMarco.
Jerry West.
Brian.
Michael Jordan.
Emily.
Michael Jordan.
The
threw me off
answer is
completely.
Michael
You
Jordan.
threw me off
He
completely,
never
Sua.
won the most. The year he hit the big shot, my guy James Worthy won the most outstanding
That's right.
player.
Okay.
So Brian and Emily got. So now this is very close. Right now, if the game ended right now, all four of you would be in the tiebreaker.
Oh boy.
It's Brian 2, Emily 2, DeMarco 2, and Sua Bupkis still alive for Lucky Loser. Okay, DeMarco, coming to you. And there are 3 left and a tiebreaker, Sua.
Okay.
So see if you can miss the last 3.
Okay.
Only one person, male or female, has won the most outstanding player award 4 times. Who is it? A, Cheryl Miller, USC. B, Brianna Stewart, UConn. C, Bill Walton, UCLA.
Oh, man.
Cheryl Miller, Brianna Stewart, or Bill Walton, DeMarco.
Oh, my God. Was Walton there? I guess he was. I'm going Brianna Stewart. That sounds about right.
Okay, Brian.
Cheryl Miller.
Emily.
Also Brianna Stewart.
Sua.
Walton.
The answer is Brianna Stewart.
okay.
And DeMarco, yeah, she's the only one ever to win it 4 times. Diana Taurasi didn't. Sue Bird didn't. Brianna's the only one to ever do it. All right. 2 left. DeMarco 3, Emily 3, Brian 2. All right, Em, coming to you. Which city has hosted the NCAA men's basketball Final Four the most times with a total of 10 tournaments? Is it A, Kansas City, B, New Orleans, or C, Indianapolis? M, KC, New Orleans, or Indy?
Indy.
Okay, DeMarco.
That's the state for basketball, right? Indiana.
Right. Brian, you don't have to go opposite, but if you do, you would catch them before the last one. So Kansas City, New Orleans, or Indy?
I'm going to go Indy.
Okay, Sua.
I'm going to go New Orleans. I think it's Indy, so I'm going to go New Orleans.
It's Kansas City.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No
it's
way.
Kansas City.
Wow.
No one got it. All right, which means all 4 of you
Wait.
are still alive.
Question about Kansas City. Where
Yeah.
do they host it when they host it? Because they're
question.
stadiums outdoors.
Well, I think in recent, they're probably not going to get it again because they don't have a dome. But it was at Kemper Arena was the place that they held it for all those 10 times. Okay, so the last one is going to require some luck from all of you. The score is Emily 3, DeMarco 3, Brian 2, and Sua 0. So Sua's still alive for Lucky Loser. Here's the last question. How many times have I attended the Final Four in person? A, twice, B, 3 times, C, 4 times. 2, 3, or 4 times, DeMarco. Take a guess.
Look me in the eye right here. I'm going to go 4.
Okay.
I see 4 in there.
Okay?
Yeah.
Emily, I'll look you in the eye.
3.
All right? Brian.
I got to go 2.
Sua.
I'm going to go 4 and bet that you're not dedicating that much time to going to the Final Four.
We have a 2-person tiebreaker, and the 2 people are Emily Hebel and Sua Cravens. The answer is 3.
Let's go. Let's do it.
I went in 87 when Indiana won it, Steve Alford's freshman year. I went in 93, the famous Chris Webber timeout.
Yeah, okay.
And I went in 95 when UCLA won it in Seattle.
Wow.
I would also like to say I have been in a tiebreaker every time this month besides the game that I've played. I've done.
All right. How have you done?
0.
Okay. So you're looking good. Here it is. 2-person tiebreaker.
I'm trying to get this one right now, right?
You are.
Yes. Okay.
Christian Laettner from Duke has scored the most total points in the NCAA tournament. He played in 23 career tournament games. How many total points did Laettner score in those 23 games? Give me one number, total. 23 games, total points scored. He has more than any player ever. Em, let me know when you have a number. Don't tell me, but just let me know when you have.
How many career games?
23. Em, you got a number? Don't give it to me. Just tell me.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. Sua, what number are you going with?
550.
550. Emily?
400.
We have a winner. And it was almost on the number. Christian Laettner in 23 career tournament games scored 407 points.
Wow.
Emily Hebel, your long tiebreaker down. Give me a little one big shining moment. Very good, Em.
I did some quick math.
20 points a game?
I basically did like 23 points a game, somewhere in that range.
30 points a game.
Yeah.
It took a little off.
Yep. So there it is. Emily is finally out of her tiebreaker curse.
Boo.
By the way, we'll get Marcus Grant in here. He's working with DeMarco today.
Christian Laettner might have been the most hated guy on the planet. Don't you think?
There is a 30 for 30.
That 30 for 30 is so good.
I hate Christian
it's so
Laettner.
good.
Even beyond that, more.
and all right, we'll get Marcus in here next to a little super crosstalk ESPN LA.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
What a win for the Kings on Saturday. 6-7 in overtime. And now it comes down to this. Tonight, Kings and Preds. Playoffs on the line at Crypto, 7:30 p.m. Kings and Nashville. And after the game, your chance to talk to me, Sam Boney, right here on Kings Talk. Tonight, Kings and Preds, 7:30 right here on ESPN LA, your home for Kings hockey. Hey, everybody, it's Cappy, and I know that a lot of people around are getting sick right now. You are not imagining this. It's real. Doctors have said this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. And listen, I was just away visiting some friends up in Mammoth, and everybody was coughing and sneezing, and I don't know about you guys. I can't get sick. I'm sure you can't get sick. So now what I've done is I've ordered a medical emergency kit. Now, when you have a medical emergency kit, it's like having an urgent care or a pharmacy right in your home. No waiting for a doctor, no hours at urgent care, no lines at a pharmacy, no co-pays. I'm telling you that you get things like a generic Z-Pack to help you get well faster and handle what are really a bunch of common and in some cases more serious illnesses. But let's get you and your family to have this care kit in your home. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in just minutes, and it's shipped to your door immediately, and we'll save you $45 when you use our promo code 710. It's urgentcarekit.com/710, urgentcarekit.com/710, and you're saving $45.
The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles for the JM Eagle LA Championship, presented by Plas Pro, April 16th through the 19th at El Caballero Country Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including LPGA Major Champion Hannah Green and 2025 Champion Ingrid Lindblad. First responders, military, and kids under 17 get in free. It's more than just a golf tournament. Get your tickets today at jmeaglelachampionship.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talent.
Oh, Lakers fans! This is when we don't give up hope, and we gather around together to watch the Lakers against the Thunder Tuesday night at Kelsey's at Pechanga Resort Casino. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. at Kelsey's. We're going to party, watch the Lakers game together, win fabulous prizes, and cheer on our purple and gold. Here's what I want you to do. Go to ESPNLA.com right now. Click the Lakers Pechanga logo, make your reservation to join us Tuesday night at Kelsey's at Pechanga Resort Casino with ESPN LA for an official watch party.
Aleve gives you long-lasting body pain relief for up to 12 hours. From sunup to sundown, Aleve's got your back. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
All right, time for a little Super Crosstalk. Travis and DeMarco will not be Travis and DeMarco today. Marcus Grant filling in. Marcus, good to have you here.
Good to be here.
So tonight, Toronto are hosting the Dodgers for the first time since that Game 7, which for my money might be been the best World Series of my lifetime. Here's what I'm worried about. We have been punking Canada for basically 6 months. We took them out of men's hockey. We took them out in women's hockey. The Dodgers started it all by taking them out in the World Series. Every time we get an opportunity to crap on Canada, we have taken full advantage of it.
That.
I'm afraid if the Dodgers sweep this series, Marcus, that there may be physical violence.
So,
what say you?
Who cares?
I mean, you know what? As long as we can live without maple syrup and like the bat's blue, then I think we'll be fine. And, you know, whatever. I feel like if you are the Dodgers, well, if the Dodgers want to win, the Dodger fans want to win. But I feel like it's house money, right? Because if they go up there and they win the series, hey, it's all great, right? If they lose the series, you're like, it's April. So what?
Right.
The other thing is, and for people who don't know why I'm directing these questions towards Marcus, is along with Greg Bergman, Marcus hosts the Blue Review every day. So he talks about the Dodgers every day. How significant is Mookie Betts going on the injured list with an oblique? If he misses 15 to 20 days, is that a big deal, little deal, no deal?
If he misses 15 to 20 days, then that's great. Obliques can be
They can linger.
pesky. Yeah. Right? They
Tell it to
can
Austin
linger.
Reeves.
Right. You know, Austin Reeves is dealing with this now. I mean, for Dodger fans, Max Muncy did this last year and was out for an extended period of time. It stinks because obviously last year was not a great year for Mookie Betts. He had the thing at the beginning of the year where he lost weight because he got sick. He didn't hit. It was maybe one of his worst offensive years. This year, he hadn't started well offensively, but defensively, he was looking really good to the point that we are really thinking he could be a Gold Glove shortstop. So
you like him at short over right field?
I think he's still a natural right fielder, but watching how he's how he's progressed, how he's developed,
that's over.
Yeah, you know, he's developed so well there that, and he's such a great athlete. Just naturally.
I was going to say, it's crazy to think that because of his age, now he has to play shortstop. That's not saying
right.
You know, I was shocked. They said it's actually less on the body playing short. You think it would be more
that herky jerky quick
because
move?
There's more
there's
more space out there. There's more space you have to travel.
You run, but like it's a more confined area that you are.
I was shocked when they said it too. So I was taking your question: is it the oblique bad for him? Can't be bad for the Dodgers. You've got redundancy everywhere with this team.
Yeah, but he's one of the 3 best players on the team.
But so you're down
when
to
he's
5
well.
of the best players in baseball now.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, I don't think they lose much, right? Because you put Miguel Rojas over there.
That's what I mean. Right.
You don't lose a whole lot. You know, Hesong Kim may get some time there because he was a natural shortstop, and offensively, he still has some work to do, but defensively, he's very good. So I don't think you drop off much at all defensively. But to your point, when Mookie is hitting like Mookie Betts, that part's going to be hard to replace.
The fast car goes faster.
So, but
is Toronto, Marcus, a threat to go back to the World Series this year? Are they that good?
I think they are. I think the dogfight for them is going to be in the division because the Yankees have started hot. But I think they are talented top to bottom. Now, look, they lose Bo Bichette, and that's a big chunk out of their offense. But they go and they add a pitcher like Dylan
Although, don't
Cease.
tell that to the Mets fans.
Yeah,
They're booing Bo Bichette.
Mets fans are not thrilled right now. But, they add Dylan Cease to a pretty good starting rotation. So, the AL, I think, is kind of wide open. I think you could see Seattle maybe make a run at it. The Yankees are still going to be involved, but the Blue Jays are right there.
Oh, safe space, right? Bichette, that's a unique name, right? That's Dante Bichette.
Dante's
his son.
That is his son.
Yeah.
Where did Bichette play for the WBC? What team?
I would imagine he probably...
I don't think
did he play for Canada?
He would have played for Canada, I believe.
Isn't Dante from there? I can't remember.
Is Dante Bichette from Canada?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
maybe.
right.
Or
Actually,
maybe.
no, I take that back. He was going to play for Team Brazil, which I think is because of his mother.
Okay, yeah, and they're pretty loose with the rules there. If you have any heritage,
any connection,
like all of Michael's kids are eligible to play for the Bahamas.
Trace Thompson played for Team UK because of the
Bahamas were a British colony.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're looking for ways to bend the rules.
I never saw Dante Bichette and Brazil.
I think it's because of his mother. Just like most of the Italian team was American guys with Italian last names.
Yeah, drinking cappuccinos in the dugout. So, DeMarco, you're uniquely qualified to answer this. These women at UCLA who won this national title over the weekend, I would imagine you won a national title in college at Washington. I would imagine it stays with you forever.
Forever. I get this question all the time.
You gotta bring that ring in.
Super Bowl at college. I'll show it to you. It's funny when you see the ring that they got, like the one that OBJ designed, and then you go back to the 91 ring. It looks weird. It's like looks very small, very small.
Michael's rings from when he was a player are like
tiny,
dwarfed by the rings that come out now.
My Super Bowl ring, which when I first got it, I thought it was huge until I saw this one, and they keep getting bigger. But being the first to win a national championship in your sport for your school is unmatched. I love the 99 Rams. I love getting together with all my teammates. But that 91 team, completely different, special. It's wild. It never goes away. If I could only celebrate one forever, it might be that one.
You've done it
because
twice.
of what that meant.
Yeah, I'm not sure those women realize what they did. I mean, I think obviously,
I think they did.
Obviously, it's the biggest accomplishment of their young lives. But think about sports. Just the way sports have been around here. The Rams, we all thought were going to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. They didn't make it.
Yeah.
All right. So ever since the Dodgers won the World Series, we've been waiting for a jolt. So
such a drought for the city of Los Angeles.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, on the weekend where the Lakers' season has appeared to crater.
Oh, yeah. You're right. You're 100% right.
Their season is over, by the way.
I mean, everywhere I go, Laker fans see me and they get depressed because I work for the Lakers. Now, they could, pull a rabbit out of a hat here. It's unlikely, but they could. Then these women go out. They're underdogs to South Carolina, and they don't just beat them. They destroy them. They beat them by 28 points.
We got JB Long coming on the show at 4:30, and
JB.
He does the studio shows for UCLA
and
basketball.
For the he's like the in-studio host for the women's tournament.
For the women's tournament.
Yeah.
So we're going to ask him about that. My question to him is, what happened to South Carolina? I know UCLA is good.
I can answer it.
What the hell?
UCLA's defense. That's what happened
Lauren
to them.
Betts, man.
UCLA's defense locked up. They held Texas, who was a great team. Texas was one team that beat UCLA during the season. They held Texas to a low score, and then they did the same thing to South Carolina.
So that just UCLA, or did South Carolina?
South Carolina's a great team. They beat UConn.
That's what I'm saying.
So I think what happened
to get hammered like
was that nobody knew UCLA's defense was that good. And Gabriela Jaime Jaquez's younger sister.
What a weekend for the Jaquez family.
Right.
Yeah.
Jaime scored 32 on Friday night, then hopped on a plane, or on Saturday night, then hopped on a plane right after the game and flew to Phoenix so he could be there and watch his sister.
We got my son scores 30 in the association, and my daughter wins a national championship in one weekend.
We had Annie Meyers on today, Ann Meyers Drysdale, and her and her brother are still, as far as we know, the only siblings, male, female, ever to both win national championships in college.
Huh.
And the Hawkeyes has almost pulled it off. Jaime went to the Final Four, and they got tripped by Gonzaga. And then Gabriela went to the Final Four last year, got boat raced by UConn, and you guys talk about this on your show. The Lakers always tell me that what began their 3 straight trips to the finals, 2008, 2009, 2010, what jump-started them in 09 and 10 was getting their ass kicked in the 2008 last game of the finals. Celtics beat them by 30 in Game 6 in Boston. They said, we never want to feel this way again, and it started the drumbeat towards the next 2. I think a little of that happened. Sue asked Annie about that when she was on, and she said, you absolutely can get motivation from getting your ass kicked. It happens all
100%. I was never
the
late
time.
to school again after my dad got after me one time.
Right. All right. Travis and DeMarco coming up. Marcus Grant sitting in for Trav. Good to see you guys. That's it for Mason and Ireland. Sue, thank you, man. Always appreciate you coming in. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
And it is